Chapter 299. Mrs. Xu said in an aggressive tone. She probably thought that Xiao Yun wouldn't give her an egg. In the countryside, ordinary people wouldn't be willing to eat eggs. Eggs were usually saved to exchange for money. Seeing Mrs. Xu's reaction, Xiao Yun said, "Sure, it's just an egg. I'll give it to you later." Mrs. Xu was struck dumb for a second. She didn't expect that Xiao Yun would say that. Mulan said, "Yun, you don't need to help me. You can keep the egg for yourself." Mrs. Xu was furious when she heard that. How could she let Mulan ruin her chance to earn an egg? "You bitch, what are you talking about? If I don't want you, I'll make an egg out of you." Mulan looked a little sad. She thought for a while, then said to her mother, "Mom, I made some money a while ago. That money should be enough to buy a lot of eggs, right?" Mrs. Xu was displeased when Mulan mentioned that. "You did make some money, but isn't it to supplement our family Xu? You eat and drink family Xu's food. Isn't food money?" Xiao Yun really admired Mrs. Xu's ability to turn black into white. "Mrs. Family Xu, you're wrong. If Mulan didn't make money, she would still be able to eat and drink family Xu. She can't save money, right? For an egg, you beat and scolded her and her child. I think Mrs. Mulan shouldn't help the family Xu to make money. Anyway, she won't gain anything. The child was treated like that just because he ate an egg." Xiao Yun said angrily. She was helping Mulan to say that to Mrs. Xu. She believed that Mulan didn't dare to say it out loud herself. Xiao Yun can be said to be mercilessly exposed, making old Madame Xu lose face. The most important thing is that old Madame Xu is afraid that Mulan will really learn from Xiao Yun, and not sell things in Yang City to make money. "Xiao Yun, get out of here right now. It's none of your business. Today, I'll beat this bitch and the little bastard to death." Mrs. Xu angrily held the broom and was ready to teach Mulan and Erhua a lesson. She just wanted to regain some face from them and make Mulan continue to listen to her. Xiao Yun couldn't hit an old woman. If she did something to Mrs. Xu, she didn't know how this disgusting old woman would blackmail her later. However, she couldn't let Mrs. Xu bully Mulan like this. Xiao Yun was worried when a young man walked into the yard. It was Mulan's husband, Zhu Eru. Zhu Eru was tall and strong, but he was a little thin. His skin was dark, and it was obvious that he often worked in the fields. When he saw Mrs. Zhu's broom was about to fall on his wife and child, he hurried forward and grabbed Mrs. Zhu's hand. "Mother, what are you doing? Why are you hitting Lan, and Erhua, Mrs. Xu snorted. "It's all because of your wife and the little bastard. The little bastard secretly ate the egg soup, and Mulan is still protecting her." Usually, Zhu Eru was also filial, so old Madame Xu knew that no matter what, her son would definitely stand on her side first. Chapter 300. After so many years, Zhu Eru had figured out what kind of people Mulan and his mother were. Zhu Eru didn't listen to Mrs. Zhu's side of the story. Instead, he asked Mulan first. "Mother, Erhua is a glutton. It's okay for her to eat a bowl of steamed egg, right? The child is so young. What if you hurt her? It's normal for Mulan to protect her. If I were here, I would protect Erhua too. You're such an unfilial son. You've really forgotten your mother after you got married. Now you're protecting your wife, right?" "Mother, I'm not protecting anyone. I'm just telling the truth. For so many years, Mulan has been working hard for our family. She has done all kinds of hard work. However, you hurt Mulan because of such a small thing. You shouldn't have done that." Zhu Eru didn't want to say these words at first. Now that he didn't say it, he felt uncomfortable, especially when he saw that his wife and daughter were injured. He was Mrs. Zhu's son, but he was also Mulan's wife and Erhua's father. If he couldn't even protect his wife and daughter, was he still a man? Mrs. Zhu was so angry that she shouted again, "You're wrong, Eru. How can you say that? How can you say that about your own mother? The family Zhu has really raised an ungrateful son of a bitch." Mrs. Zhu's scolding became more and more unpleasant. Zhu Eru was grateful to his parents for bringing him up. Over the years, he worked hard so that the family Zhu didn't have to live so hard. Even these favors were repaid. His mother was becoming more and more unreasonable. After enduring for so many years, Zhu Eru finally exploded this time. "Mother, if you think that Lon and I didn't do well, let's split up, okay? In the future, we'll live our own lives separately. We won't eat a mouthful of food from the family Zhu." Zhu Eru said with some anger. This sentence really angered Mrs. Zhu. "What did you say? You want to split up? Oh my God, why am I so unlucky to have given birth to such a heartless son? He actually dares to talk to me about splitting up. I'm not dead yet." As Mrs. Zhu cried, she sat down on the ground and began to wail. This sound would probably attract the attention of the crowd later. Zhao Yun'er was also speechless. As the saying goes, dirty linen should not be aired in public. However, Mrs. Zhu seemed to want people to know that her son and she were splitting up. Zhu Eru frowned. This time, he was determined. No matter how Mrs. Zhu made a fuss, he would not relent. If it was in the past, Mulan would probably have relented when she saw that her family was in conflict. But this time, she was silent. If they really split up, it might be a good thing. Previously, Zhao Yun'er had mentioned to her about splitting up, but she felt that it was impossible. She didn't mention it in front of Zhu Eru because it would hurt their relationship. Now that Zhu Eru had said it out loud, she wouldn't stop him. Today's matter had already broken Mulan's heart. "Mother, if we don't split up, you can control what we eat. The child is greedy and eats a little. If you do this, Lon and we won't be angry with you. There are many people in the village who have split up. Why don't we also split up this time to avoid so many quarrels?" Zhu Eru said. Another man walked over from the courtyard. It was family Zhu's eldest son, Zhu Dainyu. Chapter 301. Zhu Dainyu knew that if they really separated, he would be the only one left to suffer. His father was dead, and there was no man in the family. He and Zhu Eru were busy with the work in the fields. Family Zhu also had 7 or 8 mu of fields. He couldn't do it alone. When he wasn't busy in the fields, he would find work to earn some money. However, the reason why family Zhu wasn't rich was that he had to support his third brother, Zhu Sanlu. His third brother's basic income was subsidized for his studies every year. If they separated, he would have to do the work alone. If the second branch was separated, he would have to support his third brother's studies alone. Although they were brothers, Zhu Dainyu still felt uncomfortable in his heart. Moreover, his wife was usually lazy. Most of the household chores were done by him as his second sister-in-law. He didn't say anything, but it didn't mean that he didn't know. In general, separating wouldn't benefit him at all. "Big brother, I'm not talking out of anger. I really want to separate. You can live your own lives. Our second branch will be separated," Zhu Eru said. "You heartless boy. Are you trying to anger your mother to death? Separate. Separate. Wait until your mother dies, then you can slowly divide it." Old Madame Zhu acted as if she was going to kill herself. Zhu Dainyu hurriedly stopped her. Zhu Eru also glanced at Mrs. Zhu with some worry. In the end, he didn't stop her. "Second brother, you see, if we split up, how can mother commit suicide like this? You can't just watch as something happens to mother, right? Zhu Daniu tried to persuade him again. Xiao Yun didn't get involved. She just watched the show quietly. She admired Zhu Eru a little. This man didn't look like the kind of person who was too stubborn. Looking at Zhu Eru's attitude, he was determined to separate. If they really separated, Xiao Yun would be happy for Mulan. Big brother, what I want is for us to separate from the family, not for our mother to seek death. It's true that your mother's life is important, but Lan, her and Er's lives are also important. Zhu Eru's attitude was firm. Mulan stood behind Zhu Eru and suddenly felt that her husband was as tall and straight as a mountain. Being able to marry a man who protected her like this was also a kind of happiness, right? Second brother, I know you are angry with mother, but how can there be so much hatred in a family? Mother is just a little hot-tempered. You can't be angry with mother, right? As Zhu Daniu spoke, some people came over to the family Zhu's courtyard to join in the fun. Big brother, it's easy for you to say. If your wife and son were beaten by their mother like this, would you still be able to say such words? Zhu Eru asked back. Seeing that the villagers had come over, they chattered non-stop, guessing what had happened. Zhu Eru simply dropped the topic and pulled Zhu Erhua to the front of everyone. The red swelling and palm print on her little face had yet to disappear. Everyone had children and grandchildren. When they saw Erhua being beaten up like this, they couldn't help but feel sympathy for her. This family Zhu's old lady is too cruel, isn't she? Your little girl is beaten up like this. If she was beaten a little harder, she might have died. Chapter 302. Well, they're all biased. Family Zhu's second son and second daughter-in-law are both disliked. Well, they can't do that. They beat and scolded their wife and children. Eru can't be blamed for separating from them. Nobody can accept it. Exactly, I think it's better for them to separate from family Zhu. Let's see if family Zhu's mother can live a good life after that. Xiao Yun listened to their discussion on the side. She noticed that all the villagers were biased towards Zhu Eru. Of course, in the discussion of these people, Xiao Yun also added fuel to the fire. When all the villagers agreed that family Zhu should separate from them, Zhu Eru and Mulan could really separate from each other this time. Zhu Daniu and Mrs. Zhu were both angry when they heard the villagers' discussion. It seemed that if they didn't follow Zhu Eru's order, they would be scolded later. Compared with Mrs. Zhu, Zhu Daniu was more anxious. Eru, we're biological brothers. Our third younger brother hasn't married yet. It's not good for us to separate from each other now. Why don't we wait until our third younger brother is married? Zhu Daniu sighed. It seemed that he cared more about this family. Brother, our third younger brother is still young. We don't know how long we'll have to wait for our third younger brother to get married. At that time, Lan and Erhua will be dead. Brother, I've already told you that we can separate from each other. You can live a happy life together. Eru, is it worth it to hurt the harmony of our family because of such a trivial thing? Zhu Daniu pretended to be sad. After Zhu Daniu finished speaking, he came out to face the people who were afraid of him. Daniu, it's easy for you to say that. You just don't want to separate from each other. After all, you and your wife have done less work than Eru and his wife. Your mother is biased towards you. What do you mean by hurting the harmony? How did your mother treat the second branch? We all saw it with our own eyes. A woman stood out and sneered. Since she wasn't afraid of causing trouble, she didn't hold back at all. The other villagers followed suit. It's good that you're separated. You won't be bullied every day if you're separated from the second branch. Daniu, you're filial. You can live with your mother in the future. Why are you dragging Eru away? I don't know what he's thinking. Even his own brother is like this. Zhu Daniu was so scared that he didn't know how to respond. Her face turned bright red from embarrassment. These people had already made it so clear. If he still tried to persuade Zhu Eru not to split, he would probably be scolded for being thick-skinned. Thus, he lowered his voice and blinked his eyes to signal old Madame Zhu. Mrs. Zhu said to Zhu Eru with a cold face, "You unfilial son. If you really want to separate from the family, then you won't get a single thing from our family, Zhu." Mrs. Zhu just wanted to intimidate Zhu Eru. After all, if they really didn't get a single thing, Zhu Eru, Mulan, and their children wouldn't be able to survive at all. Zhu Eru frowned. Seeing that Zhu Eru didn't say anything, Mrs. Zhu was a little proud. She knew that her words would scare Zhu Eru. The villagers couldn't stand it anymore and began to defend Zhu Eru. "How can you do this? No matter how biased you are, you can't leave nothing behind after splitting from the family. Eru has worked so hard for the family Zhu before." Chapter 303. The eldest and youngest sons are sons, but isn't the second son also a son? Won't you be punished by the heavens if you do this? The villagers chattered away, making Mrs. Zhu lose face. Mrs. Zhu scolded the onlookers. "What right do outsiders have to meddle in our family Zhu's affairs? I can do whatever I want." "Ha, anti-family Zhu, what are you saying? We're not meddling in other people's affairs. We just can't stand it. If you act like this, I'll see who dares to marry an unreasonable person like you in the future. Your third son isn't married yet, right? Your grandson still has to marry a wife in the future, right? Your granddaughter still has to marry, right? Don't ruin your reputation." Mrs. Zhu was really frightened by what others said. In the village, other things were not important, but reputation was still very important. If people spread rumors, then it would really be troublesome for family Zhu to marry a wife or daughter in the future. Mrs. Zhu frowned. Because of these meddlesome people, she had no choice but to share some things with Zhu Eru even if she didn't want to. Zhu Eru said, "Mother, I don't want much. Just give me a room in our house so that the children, and I can have a place to stay. We have a total of 6 mu of paddy fields and 2 mu of dry land. Give me 1 mu of paddy field and half a mu of dry land. The rest will be given to eldest brother and third brother." In this way, Zhu Eru didn't have much. If they really split the family assets evenly, they would get more than this. Anti-family Zhu, Eru doesn't want much. You have to give it to him, right? Mrs. Zhu didn't say anything. Instead, she looked at Zhu Daniu and asked for Zhu Daniu's opinion. Although this request didn't sound like much, Zhu Daniu still felt that he was at a disadvantage. "Second brother, you also know that third brother is still studying. His school expenses for a year are 2 taels of silver. We paid for it together before we split from the family. If we split from the family, you'll have to bear half of it, right?" After Zhu Daniu finished speaking, a villager started to spit out, "Your third brother also got some of the farmland. Shouldn't he give some of his annual harvest to Eru? Isn't it obvious that he's bullying us?" "That's right. You shouldn't bully people like this." Zhu Daniu's face and ears turned red from fear. His wishful thinking was not given a chance for him to carry out. Thus, someone suggested, "I think Eru should just share 1/3 of the cost. Actually, it's understandable even if he doesn't share the cost after we split up." Anti-family Zhu, if Eru were to share 1/3 of the money, would the family be able to be divided like this? Well, family Zhu's old lady still didn't know what to say. She couldn't calculate this by herself. Instead, she looked at Zhu Daniu. Zhu Daniu thought for a while. If Zhu Eru could share 1/3 of the cost of his third brother's tuition, it would be fine. As for the other 1/3, his third brother's annual harvest would be enough. Now that the villagers were watching them split from the family assets, they couldn't bully Zhu Era too much. In fact, after thinking about it carefully, if his third brother got married and split from the family assets, he wouldn't be able to get so much farmland. Thus, Zhu Daniu nodded and said, "Okay. If Era can share 1/3 of my third brother's tuition, we'll split it like this." Chapter 304. 1 mu of paddy field, half a mu of dry land, 3 children, and 600 to 700 copper coins every year. Life in the future should be very difficult. Mulan nodded. She was not afraid of these. She and Zhu Eru were hardworking people. As long as the two of them worked hard, they would be able to live a good life. If it was before, Mulan would not have any confidence. Now that she could do business on the street and earn money, she could work harder and make more baskets to sell. That's good. Big brother, mother, it's settled. In the future, mother will live with you. Our second branch will be separated. Also, second brother, you have to bear some of mother's alimony every year. It depends on how much you want, but you can't let me and third brother bear it. Deal. Thus, the separation of the family Zhu was witnessed by the villagers. Zhao Yun also breathed a sigh of relief. On the surface, Mulan and her man got less and were at a disadvantage. However, Mulan was considered to have escaped the clutches of the devil, which was also quite fortunate. As long as she was hardworking and willing to use her brain, there was nothing that she could not live on. Zhao Yun was not worried about Mulan's situation at all. After watching the show at the family Zhu, it was already past 11 o'clock. Zhao Yun hurried the little donkey back home. Daodu and Mu Lianfeng were sitting in the house. Mu Lianfeng was teaching Daodu his homework. Among the books that Zhao Yun bought, there were the 3-character classic, the 1,000-character classic, and the Book of Songs. At this time, Mu Lianfeng and Daodu were explaining the Book of Songs. Zhao Yun arrived and stood at the door. She heard Mu Lianfeng's mouth read, "The peach blossoms are bright and beautiful. The son of Yu Gue is suitable for his wife. The peach blossoms are bright and beautiful. The son of Yu Gue is suitable for his wife. The peach blossoms are bright and beautiful. Yu Gue, the son of God, belongs to his family." Zhao Yun didn't know much about these ancient texts. When she was young, her grandfather liked classical literature and had talked about it to her. Although she didn't understand the meaning of the poem, Zhao Yun liked it immediately. She felt that it was beautifully written. Daodu was only 3 years old, so he naturally didn't understand what the poem was about. He asked in a soft and cute voice, "Daddy, what does this poem mean?" Daodu doesn't understand. Mu Lianfeng patted Daodu's head affectionately. "You're still young. It's normal that you don't understand. You'll understand when you grow up. But Daddy really likes this poem now." Daodu was a little confused. Why does father like this poem? Because of the artistic conception of this poem. Mu Lianfeng said. He recited the poem silently again while imagining Zhao Yun holding a bouquet of bright peach blossoms in her hand. It was indescribably beautiful. He was waiting for the day when this beautiful woman would marry him and become his wife. In the past, when he didn't have a woman he liked, he didn't understand the beauty of this poem. What artistic conception is it? Zhao Yun walked in and asked with a smile. She also wanted to hear what Mu Lianfeng had to say. Mu Lianfeng was slightly surprised, then the corners of his mouth rose into a smile. It was so beautiful that it took people's breath away. Nothing. Artistic conception is something that can't be explained. You can only experience it yourself, Mu Lianfeng said, but didn't say that he was thinking of Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun smiled and didn't continue to ask, because she also knew that artistic conception could only be understood and not explained. Chapter 305. I'm going to prepare dinner. You two should take a break too. You've been studying all morning, Xiao Yun said. Mu Lianfeng closed his book and nodded. Daodu sensibly said to Xiao Yun, Mother, Daodu will help you with the fire. I'll go too. Mu Lianfeng eagerly followed. Both the adult and the child wanted to help her with the fire, and Xiao Yun didn't stop them. However, Mu Lianfeng had never done something like starting a fire before. Because of Mu Lianfeng's status, he usually didn't come into contact with such things. The adult and the child stood in front of the stove. Xiao Yun was cooking above, but she didn't see the fire start for a long time. After a while, she realized that it was Mu Lianfeng who was making the fire. Daodu was guiding him from the side. Father, this is a fire starter. Before you start the fire, you have to loosen the grass. You have to burn the grass that's easy to burn. A wooden stick won't ignite immediately. Although Daodu was young, he was better at this kind of thing than Mu Lianfeng, who was an adult. Mu Lianfeng listened and nodded seriously. Okay, Father will give it a try. Yes, Father, you can do it. Haha, Mu Lianfeng followed Daodu's instructions, and sure enough, the fire started. Daodu, look, it's on fire. Mu Lianfeng suddenly felt a sense of accomplishment. Father, you're awesome. Daodu praised. The corners of Xiao Yun's mouth couldn't help but curl up. Looking at the interaction between these two people, she suddenly felt that the atmosphere was a little warm. When the pot was hot, Xiao Yun poured some rapeseed oil into it. After a while, the oil heated up, and a fragrant smell came out. She poured the chopped chili and bird eggs into the pot, and prepared to stir-fry the chili and scramble eggs. Spicy food was more appetizing. He had been eating a lot of meat recently, so it was a little oily. Recently, Xiao Yun also had some indigestion in her stomach. She hoped that these two meals would be as light as possible. The dishes would go well with the rice, but not so greasy. In addition, he stir-fried a plate of cabbage, thickened a plate of mapo tofu, and added some egg drop soup. Although there was no meat, it tasted good. It was also very sumptuous. However, when the chili scrambled eggs, there was a pungent spicy smell that made people sneeze uncontrollably. It was very uncomfortable. Xiao Yun used to stir-fry chili peppers, so she had already gotten used to the taste. It was Mu Lianfeng's first time experiencing it. He kept sneezing and his whole face turned red. Xiao Yun looked at Mu Lianfeng worriedly and asked, Young Master Mu, do you want to go out and get some fresh air? Ahem, Mu Lianfeng coughed and waved his hand. It's okay, Yun'er. At first, I was choking badly, but now I'm much better. Xiao Yun glanced at Mu Lianfeng in disbelief, wondering if Mu Lianfeng was trying to be brave. Mu Lianfeng pretended to be calm and did not have any special reaction. Xiao Yun retracted her gaze and continued to cook. Mu Lianfeng held back his cough. It was really uncomfortable. But he did not want to leave. Xiao Yun often experienced such an uncomfortable feeling. It was too difficult. He did not expect that even cooking was not so easy. His heart ached for Xiao Yun even more. After cooking, the water in the hanging pot began to boil. Xiao Yun took out some tea leaves that she had stir-fried previously and soaked a pot of water. The tea leaves had been stored, but she had never drunk them. Because she did not have a thermos at home, the water would cool down very quickly. There was water in the kitchen for cooking, but she was too lazy to take out the tea leaves to soak. Chapter 306. Daodu was still young, so it wasn't suitable for him to eat greasy food. Mu Lianfeng was even more so. Drinking tea often had its benefits. Not long after, the tea in the teapot emitted a fragrant smell. At the same time, the meal was also ready. Xiao Yun called out to Daodu and Mu Lianfeng to start eating. After eating and drinking to their fill, Xiao Yun brought the tea over for Daodu and Mu Lianfeng to drink. Mother, what is this? Tea. Previously, Mother directly brewed it from the leaves that Mother picked from the mountains. Xiao Yun explained. The tea had a faint green color, and it looked very fresh and beautiful. When Daodu heard Xiao Yun's words, although he was curious, he didn't know what it was. He still drank it. As soon as the tea entered his mouth, Daodu spat it out. Mother, it's so bitter. Bitter. Xiao Yun also drank a cup. Perhaps it was the first time, so it was a little bitter. After drinking a few more mouthfuls, one would slowly feel that it was a little sweet. Daodu, drink a few more mouthfuls. Xiao Yun said. Daodu frowned and obediently drank 2 more mouthfuls. Mother, does it seem to be too bitter? Haha, of course. Later, Mother will add a bit of honey for you. It will be sweet. Okay. Drinking more of this is good for you. Didn't Daodu say that he couldn't take his shit down these few days? After drinking it, he will be able to take it down. Really? Then Daodu should drink more. When Mu Lianfeng heard this, he also picked up the cup on the table and drank a cup. Actually, he had been having a hard time taking his shit recently. In the past, when he was in the Crown Prince's residence, he always ate bland food. Once he ate too much oily food, he would become like this. At Xiao Yun's place, everything he ate was arranged by Xiao Yun, so he couldn't say anything. In addition, the food made by Xiao Yun was really delicious, so he couldn't help but eat more. After eating too much, there was an obstacle in taking a shit. He was too embarrassed to tell Xiao Yun about this. After all, it was inappropriate for a man to say such things to a woman. Mu Lianfeng had never drunk tea before. This was his first time drinking it, and he felt that the taste of the tea was very strange. It was bitter at first, then sweet. After a while, there was a refreshing feeling in his mouth. Mu Lianfeng asked curiously, Miss Yun, you said that this is tea made from leaves. I've never tasted this before. It tastes really good. I don't know where you got it, but if you buy it, it shouldn't be cheap, right? This is tea. It's a kind of leaf. I picked it from the mountains myself. I took it back and stir-fried it in a pot. Then, I ran it out with water, so I didn't spend a single cent. Does young Master Mu like to drink it? Mu Lianfeng smiled and nodded. I feel that the taste is quite strange. After drinking it, I feel better. Drinking tea has the effect of refreshing the mind. It can also clear the intestines. Drinking more is good for the body. Xiao Yun began to introduce the effects of the tea. Xiao Yun was curious why no one in this era drank tea. Could it be that no one knew that this thing could be drunk like this? It sounds like this tea is really good stuff. I haven't even seen it in the palace. I didn't expect to be able to drink such good stuff here at Miss Yun's place. Xiao Yun was amused by Mu Lianfeng. Good stuff. I guess so. Things were precious when they were rare, especially this kind of thing that no one had seen before. Chapter 307. Putting aside whether people would buy it or not, the production cost of tea leaves was still relatively high. Picking tea leaves on the mountain could only bring back a little at a time. If she called people to go together, she could get more. The problem was that there were not many people in the entire village who dared to go up the mountain. It would take her a lot of time to pick a basket of tea leaves. With so many dried tea leaves, it would probably only weigh 1 caddy. There were not many new leaves picked from the other large tea forest. Calculating the time cost, 1 caddy of tea leaves would not be worth 1 tael of silver. However, 1 tael of silver for 1 caddy of tea leaves was probably something that most people in ancient times could not afford. 1 tael of silver was enough for an ordinary family to spend for half a year. If one was not rich, who would be willing to spend money on this? Therefore, if she took it out to sell, the market potential was not big. In addition, she did not know any rich people. If she wanted to promote the tea leaves, she had to have the connections. She could not do this at the moment. It was better to wait for the future. Zhao Yun smiled and said to Mu Lianfeng, "If young Master Mu likes it, I'll prepare some for you when you go back. I still have a lot at home." "How can I do that? I've troubled Miss Yun enough during this period." "It's okay. It's not anything good." Speaking of Mu Lianfeng's return, Zhao Yun told Mu Lianfeng about her encounter with Hulian Qin in Yang City today. She also asked when Mu Lianfeng was going to return to the heir apparent's residence. Although Mu Lianfeng was injured, it was not that he could not move. Now that she had a little donkey, it was fine to send Mu Lianfeng back to the heir apparent's residence. Mu Lianfeng did not mention returning to the heir apparent's residence. Zhao Yun could not say much, afraid that Mu Lianfeng would misunderstand that she was disdaining him and chasing him away. "Young Master Mu, the people in the heir apparent's residence seem to be very worried about your safety. They are the same as young Master Hulian. Do you really not need to tell them?" Mu Lianfeng pondered for a while. He knew that the people in the Shitzi estate were very anxious, but he was reluctant to leave Zhao Yun's place like this. "Let's wait a few more days. It's better if we don't tell them." Zhao Yun thought that Mu Lianfeng had some plans in mind, so she didn't say much. In the afternoon, Zhao Yun gave the money from selling the bullfrog to Auntie Lu. She also got some green onions from Auntie Lu's house and took them back to plant. This kind of shallot would be more fragrant when sprinkled into the dishes. If he needed to plant some spring onions, he could cut them up at any time. Although the vegetable garden was small, it didn't take much space to grow spring onions. After planting it, Zhao Yun'er covered it with some plant ash. She estimated that it would grow back in about 10 days. "Yun'er girl," a voice came from behind her. Zhao Yun'er turned around and saw his uncle, Zhao Wenshi. Zhao Wenshi had a smile on his face and his attitude towards Zhao Yun'er seemed to be somewhat warm. Zhao Yun'er frowned. She didn't have a good impression of this uncle of hers. After all, he was involved in the plan to sell her for 200 taels of silver. "Uncle, why are you looking for me?" Zhao Yun'er's tone was indifferent. Seeing that Zhao Yun'er seemed to be too lazy to pay attention to him, Zhao Wenshi smiled a little embarrassedly. "Yun'er girl, did you return the things that young Master Meng gave you?" Chapter 308. Fortunately, he had sent the item back to young Master Meng. Otherwise, after old Zhao's people had this idea, he didn't know what kind of tricks they would play behind his back and do some sneaky things. "I just returned it today." "What's the matter, eldest uncle? Why are you suddenly asking about it?" "Actually, it's nothing much. I was originally thinking that if you didn't return it, could I borrow 20 taels of silver from you? You also know that your eldest cousin brother is going to the capital and the expenses there are not small. When your eldest cousin brother passes the provincial examination, our old Zhao's family will have a meteoric rise. In the future, your eldest cousin brother will definitely be thinking of borrowing money from you." Zhao Yun'er's lips curled into a sneer. So this was what he was thinking. How ridiculous. She really didn't know how Zhao Wenshi could say such words. Or was it that old Zhao's family members were too thick-skinned? Anyway, they had the nerve to ask for anything. "Eldest uncle, even if I didn't return it to young Master Meng, you can't borrow money from me. You can just ask grandfather for the 20 taels of silver. The money from selling me shouldn't have been spent so quickly, right?" After being ridiculed by Zhao Yun'er, Zhao Wenshi inevitably felt a little embarrassed. Before Zhao Wenshi could say anything, Zhao Yun'er continued, "Also, eldest uncle, if eldest cousin really does have a meteoric rise in the future, then your family should really thank me. After all, without me, eldest cousin might not be able to study. Zhao Wenshi couldn't refute Zhao Yun's words. But there was nothing he could do about it. After all, what Zhao Yun said was the truth. Zhao Yun didn't bother with Zhao Wenshi anymore. She picked up the shovel on the ground and was about to enter the house when Zhao Wenshi called out to Zhao Yun. Yuner, there's one more thing I need to trouble you with. Zhao Yuner did not intend to help, but she wanted to hear what Zhao Wenshi had to say and see how shameless Zhao Wenshi was. Uncle, go ahead. I heard that your family bought a donkey. Yun, your eldest cousin brother and your fifth uncle are going to town tomorrow afternoon. Can you give them a ride with your donkey? The sneer on Zhao Yun's lips deepened. He was really shameless. Uncle, you're really not afraid of troubling people. Yuner, you have a little donkey at home anyway. It's fine to send it there for a while. It would be a waste to leave it at home and not use it. Your eldest cousin brother's health is not good, so he can't walk that far. There isn't an ox cart in town, so we can only trouble you. Uncle, it's my business whether or not my donkey is a waste. It was bought with money, so I treasure it. It's more than 10 miles to town. If 3 people sit on it, aren't you afraid that my donkey will break? Xiao Mao seemed to have heard her voice. It understood her words and raised its head to bark twice. Uncle, look, my family's Xiao Mao also agreed with me. It's not willing to pull. Zhao Wenshi did not expect Zhao Yuner to be so difficult to talk to. He felt that Zhao Yuner had changed a lot compared to before. You little girl, how could it break your family's donkey? Didn't you buy it to pull people? Otherwise, why did you buy it? Yuner, your eldest cousin brother can't stand being tired. If he walks more than 10 miles, he'll be exhausted and won't have the energy to study. He's going to take the provincial examination. Zhao Wenshi persuaded again. Uncle, what are you saying? You make it sound like eldest cousin brother is a good for nothing other than studying. Chapter 309. You. Zhao Wenshi stared at Zhao Yun in anger. What are you talking about? Your older cousin isn't a good for nothing. He's going to be a government official in the future. He won't be able to walk so much like ordinary people. If you don't want to give it to him, just tell him. How can you criticize him like this? Seeing Zhao Wenshi being annoyed by her, Zhao Yun felt happy. Uncle, it's wrong of you to ask for help. Even if I want to give it to him, I don't want to give it to him anymore. You, Zhao Wenshi waved his sleeves and walked away in anger. He didn't get any benefits from coming to Zhao Yun's place. Instead, he was full of anger. Seeing Zhao Wenshi walking away, Zhao Yun smiled. Old Zhao's family was really shameless. She naturally wouldn't listen to them. If she got used to it, they would often come to torment her in the future. After Zhao Yun finished her work in the vegetable field, she went to get some small green grass. She brought it to Xiao Mao and fed it. Come on, Xiao Mao. You've been working hard every day. Eat more so that you can grow up. It won't be so hard to take care of people in the future. Xiao Mao seemed to understand. It stuck out its tongue and rolled the green grass in Zhao Yun's hand into its mouth. Seeing that Xiao Mao finished eating, Zhao Yun rubbed its head and said to it, Xiao Mao is so obedient. Woof, woof, woof. Xiaohe saw the interaction between Zhao Yun and Zhao Yun and barked at Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun lowered her head and saw the jealousy in Xiaohe's eyes. She smiled and rubbed Xiaohe's head. Xiaohe, are you unhappy? Did you not have a good lunch today? I'll cook fish soup for you tomorrow, okay? Little He seemed to understand Zhao Yun's words. It rubbed against Xiao Yun's feet a few times before it stopped making a fuss. Haha, Xiao Yun was also amused by Little Black. She thought that Little Black and Little Mao were really weird. They were smarter than humans. There was nothing else to do in the afternoon, so Xiao Yun tidied up the house. She swept the front of the house clean, loosened the soil in the vegetable garden, and pulled out the weeds. Looking at the empty space in front of the house, Xiao Yun thought about going back to the mountain to get some wildflowers and plant them in the yard. It would be very beautiful when they bloomed. After Zhao Wenshi left for a while, Xiao Yun thought that the matter of sending Zhao Wenshi to town had been put to rest. However, she did not expect that Zhao Wenshi would not give up. This time, he was smart enough to send Shen Pan instead of himself. Shen Pan held Xiao Yangyang's hand and walked over unhurriedly. However, when she came over, she did not immediately talk about sending her little donkey away. Instead, she started chatting with Xiao Yun. Yun, I haven't been here for a while. Now that I see that your family is living better and better, it's different from before. Xiao Yun smiled. Life will change. How can it be the same as before? As long as you work hard, your life will get better and better. Shen Pan also smiled. Her smile was gentle and was different from the ordinary women in the countryside. Yun, you're right. As long as you work hard, your life will get better and better. Now that your family has bought a little donkey, it must be worth at least 2 taels of silver, right? Yes. You've saved up 2 taels of silver in such a short time. That's amazing. Chapter 310. Xiao Yun thought that Shen Pan was trying to shift the topic to her donkey. She was probably going to ask her to give the donkey away. However, Shen Pan didn't do that. Instead, she took out a packet of butter paper. She didn't know what was inside. Shen Pan said to Xiao Yun, Yun, these are the dishes we saved for the banquet yesterday. I packed some meat dishes for you. They taste pretty good. You didn't eat them yesterday. Try them today. I'm sure Dowdy will like them too. As she spoke, Shen Pan handed the packed food over. Xiao Yun was slightly taken aback. She didn't want to take it. She really didn't understand Shen Pan's tricks. Shouldn't she be talking about giving the donkey away? Why did she bring food over? However, Xiao Yun knew one thing. She had a soft mouth when she received gifts. If she accepted Shen Pan's kindness and Shen Pan mentioned giving the donkey away, Xiao Yun wouldn't be able to refuse. If the truth was really as Xiao Yun thought, then it could only be said that this Shen Pan was too scheming. Xiao Yun didn't take it immediately. Instead, she asked, Cousin-in-law, do our grandparents know that you packed these dishes for me? If Hui Chunhua didn't know, who knew how she would make a fuss later? Xiao Yun didn't want Hui Chunhua to annoy her, nor did she want Hui Chunhua to annoy Shen Pan. Shen Pan smiled and nodded. I know. I told our grandfather about it and he agreed. Yun take it. Although it's not anything good, it can at least improve the food. Xiao Yun still didn't want to take it. Shen Pan thought that Xiao Yun disliked the leftovers, so she explained, Yun these are all dishes that haven't been served yet. The guests haven't touched their chopsticks yet. They're all clean. Xiao Yun shook her head, indicating that she didn't mean it that way. Eldest cousin-in-law, I have vegetables at home, so I won't accept them. I eat a lot of meat every day. You'd better take it back. Old Zhao's family has a lot of people, and they eat a lot. Moreover, the men work hard, so they need to eat more meat. Shen Pan was stunned as a complicated look appeared in her eyes. She didn't expect Xiao Yun to refuse. She thought that Zhao Yuner would have a hard time raising a child. After all, how much money could a woman make? Therefore, the food that she usually ate was definitely not that good. If he sent her something, she should be very happy to accept it. But now, Zhao Yuner actually said that she ate a lot of meat on a daily basis. Could it be that he had underestimated Zhao Yuner? Thinking about it carefully, Zhao Yuner shouldn't be lying. Since he could afford a donkey, he must have some money on hand. Now that he sent meat dishes to Zhao Yuner as if they were treasures, it was a bit of a slap in the face. Shen Panner smiled embarrassedly. Actually, it's not bad to try something new. It's better than what we make at home. This mother-in-law's cooking is not bad. Yuner, are you really not going to try it? Zhao Yuner still shook her head. Eldest cousin-in-law, I appreciate your kindness, but I don't want to accept things from old Zhao's family. I don't want to take any benefits from them. Of course, I don't want old Zhao's family to take any benefits from me either. No matter how good my life is, old Zhao's family doesn't have to covet it. Zhao Yuner's words actually meant that now that she had bought a donkey, old Zhao's family shouldn't even think about taking advantage of her. Naturally, they shouldn't think about giving her donkey away. Chapter 311. Shen Pan understood that old Zhao's family wanted to take the gifts from Lord Meng, so she said, Yuner, I also think it's wrong for my grandma to accept Lord Meng's gifts, but I'm giving them back to you now. We're a family now, so don't be mad at me. Your surname is Old Zhao after all. Although grandma doesn't agree with you, in my opinion, you're still a member of old Zhao's family, and we're still a family. If you're in trouble, we can help each other. Shen Pan's words were nice, but Zhao Yuner didn't like it at all. Why did Shen Pan say that they were a family now? Well, sometimes people were like this. When they wanted to ask for help, they would say nice words. Zhao Yuner had to reevaluate Shen Pan now. She was probably the only one in old Zhao's family who looked innocent and harmless, but was very scheming. Elder cousin-in-law, you must be joking. I've already separated from my family. How can I still be a family? It's useless for you to treat me as a family. You know how old Zhao's family has treated me these past few years. Anyway, I'm living a better life now, and I don't need to rely on old Zhao's family anymore. Zhao Yuner's words made Shen Pan speechless. What old Zhao's family had done made Zhao Yuner bitterly disappointed. No matter how she tried to say nice words, Zhao Yuner wouldn't listen to her. Family was like this. It wasn't easy to make up for the alienation caused by indifference. Seeing that Shen Pan stopped talking, Zhao Yuner picked up the wooden basin and was about to wash her gifts by the river. She said to Shen Pan, her cousin-in-law, is there anything else? If there's nothing else, I'll go to the river first. Yuner, I do have a favor to ask of you, Shen Pan thought for a while, then said it out loud. Cousin-in-law, what's the matter? Just tell me. Yuner, I'd like to ask you to send your eldest cousin brother tomorrow afternoon. He still has a lot of things with him when he leaves this time. I'm afraid it will be a little difficult for him to walk to the town. Moreover, fifth uncle is also going with them. If you can use your little donkey to send them, they won't have to travel more than 10 miles. Shen Pan's tone was gentle, as if she was discussing with Zhao Yuner. She was not as tough as Zhao Wenshi. But their goal was the same. Speaking of his fifth uncle, Zhao Yuner thought it was okay to send him off, but she didn't like the way old Zhao's family took it for granted. Thus, she turned to Shen Pan and said, eldest cousin-in-law, it's actually quite convenient to rent old man whose ox cart to get to town. It'll probably only cost about 30 to 40 copper coins. What Zhao Yun couldn't figure out was why old Zhao's family came to beg her when it didn't cost much. This big bag of meat was probably worth about 20 to 30 copper coins. Shen Pan frowned. She didn't know what to say, so she explained to Zhao Yuner, if we can rent old man whose ox cart, we won't bother you. Our grandmother doesn't agree to rent old man whose ox cart. She seems to have a conflict with old man who before. Zhao Yun remembered what happened before. It turned out to be like this. Cousin-in-law, as you know, even biological brothers have to settle accounts clearly. My donkey was bought with money. Well, you can go back and discuss with our mother. If you can pay me 30 copper coins, I'll send my eldest cousin brother to town this time. Chapter 312. Most importantly, she wanted to let old Zhao's family know that she wasn't so easy to negotiate with. Otherwise, once they got used to taking advantage of her, they would like to take advantage of her. Shen Pan looked deeply at Zhao Yun, as if she didn't know this Zhao Yun, When did Zhao Yun become so difficult to fool? She didn't want to care about whether old Zhao's family took the money or not. After all, it wasn't her money that they were spending. All she wanted was for Zhao Yun, to send Zhao Tianlong off. Thus, she nodded and said, okay, then I'll go back and discuss it with our grandparents. Okay. Seeing Shen Pan leave, Zhao Yun sighed in relief. Old Zhao's family really knew how to stir up trouble. None of them were good people. Zhao Yun shook her head and carried the wooden basin to the riverside. The afternoon sun was gradually setting. The wind by the riverside was a little chilly. At this time, there weren't many people by the riverside. Zhao Yun washed the cloth and other things in the basin, then carried the wooden basin back. Just as she got up, her feet slipped and she almost fell into the water. Fortunately, a pair of hands suddenly stretched out from behind and pulled Zhao Yun back. Zhao Yun suddenly came close to a person. Fortunately, the two of them weren't very close. Zhao Yun quickly took a step back. Yun are you okay? It was Lu Lei. Zhao Yun looked up and saw Lu Lei's familiar face and his concerned gaze. Zhao Yun quickly shook her head and said, I'm fine, brother Lu. Fortunately, you pulled me back. Otherwise, I would have fallen into the river. It was spring, not summer. The river was still cold. If she fell in, she would definitely catch a cold. Lu Lei also smiled. She was glad that she was here. Otherwise, if Zhao Yun really fell, she would be distressed. Just now, I saw you washing things by the river, so I came over. I didn't call you. I didn't expect that just as I walked in, you almost fell. Lu Lei explained. What a coincidence. Zhao Yun smiled. While the two of them were talking, a whistle came from not far away. Zhao Yun looked in the direction of the voice. It was a few men. These men were all from the village. Zhao Yun had seen them before, but she was not familiar with them. One was called Zhao Si, one was called Wang Meng, and the last one was called Lu Hu. This Zhao Si could be considered Zhao Yun's cousin. Zhao Baoshan also had several brothers. This Zhao Si was the grandson of Zhao Yun's father. Lu Lei knew from the whistling that these people were definitely going to make fun of him. He said to Zhao Yun, I went to Yang City with them to find a job to do these few days. I just happened to come back with them. Zhao Yun smiled. That's very good. You can earn more money by doing more work. When you go back and save money, you can buy more land. When the time came, they would have more capital. It would probably be much easier for Lu Lei to find a wife. After all, with Lu Lei's current conditions, there were very few girls who were willing to marry him. Zhao Yun just didn't say this out loud. Lu Lei nodded. Yes, I think so too. Brother Lei, you must be tired from working, right? Let's go back. Lu Lei looked greedily at Zhao Yuner, but still agreed to Zhao Yuner's words. Okay. When they walked to the shore, Xiao Si and the other two also walked over. The whistle blew a few more times. Chapter 313. Lu Lei blushed at Xiao Si's words. Xiao Si, what are you saying? If others heard this, I wouldn't care, but it's not good for Yun-er's reputation. Lu Lei was still thinking about Zhao Yun-er. Everything was for Zhao Yun-er's sake. Oh, Lu Lei, are you embarrassed? Xiao Si continued to tease him. I'm just speaking the truth. You two do look like a perfect match. You're a perfect match. You're pleasing to the eye when you stand together. Don't tell me you're not interested in me, your cousin. After Xiao Si said this, Lu Lei's face turned even redder. He didn't dare to answer Xiao Si. He was indeed thinking about Zhao Yun-er, but he didn't think it was good to lie. Zhao Yun-er saw Lu Lei's embarrassment. Xiao Si's joke couldn't be made like this. She might be gossiped about in the village again. Brother Xiao Si, your joke isn't good at all. Lu Lei and I are just friends. Now that you've said it, it's as if we have some shady business between us. You can only say this now. If someone hears it and I get scolded, I'll settle the score with you. Zhao Yun-er's serious face let Xiao Si know that she was serious. Xiao Si smiled embarrassedly. Cousin Yun-er, look at you. It's just a joke and you're angry with me. Cousin, this isn't a matter of whether I'm angry or not. It's that some jokes can be made and some can't. Don't you know that people in the village are very good at making groundless accusations? If you're joking, they might take it seriously. If anything happens, won't you be responsible? Being frightened by Zhao Yuner, Xiao Si didn't know what to say. He could only apologize to Zhao Yuner. Okay. Cousin Yuner, it's cousin's fault. Cousin shouldn't have teased you. I won't make such jokes in the future. But then again, you are also my cousin. I also want you to be well in the future. Lu Lei is really good. Are you really not going to consider him? He's working very hard now. If a woman wants to find a man, she has to find such a hard-working man. After Xiao Si finished speaking, Lu Lei was still full of anticipation. He glanced at Zhao Yuner, wanting to hear how Zhao Yuner would respond. However, Zhao Yun said, Fourth brother Zhao, thank you for your concern, but I know about my marriage. I don't want to get married right now. I'm living quite well with Daodu. Zhao Yun said this in front of Lu Lei, and she couldn't bear to hurt him. But in the end, she knew that since she wouldn't choose to be with someone, she shouldn't give others any thoughts. Just as Zhao Yuner expected, after she said this, Lu Lei's eyes were filled with unconcealable disappointment. Zhao Yuner stood in front of Lu Lei and felt very uncomfortable. She quickly took her leave. Looking at Zhao Yuner's back as she left, Xiao Si patted Lu Lei's shoulder and comforted him. Lu Lei, it seems that my cousin really doesn't have any feelings for you. You're not young anymore. Since our village's Xiao Hong has taken a fancy to you, why don't you marry into her family? Anyway, her family is rich, and in terms of looks, she's one of the best in our village. You won't lose out. Lu Hu and Wang Meng, who were at the side, also agreed. That's right, Lu Lei. As the saying goes, there are plenty of fish in the sea. Why fall in love with one flower? You don't have to stay with Zhao Yuner alone. Chapter 314. If you ask me, Lu Lei, you're the one who's too silly. Xiao Hong is a virgin after all. Tell me, if you don't want a virgin like her, why would you want a prostitute with a child? Wang Meng said. It seemed that he couldn't understand what Lu Lei was thinking. If Xiao Hong liked me, I would have married into the Xiao family long ago. Hearing Wang Meng's words, Lu Lei immediately got angry. He grabbed Wang Meng's collar and yelled at him, "Who did you say is a prostitute? Say it again." Wang Meng was confused by Lu Lei's reaction. "I'm talking about Zhao Yuner. Isn't she a prostitute? She got pregnant before marriage and even had a child." "Lu Lei, why are you so angry? I'm just telling the truth for your own good." Wang Meng was also a little angry. Lu Lei coldly snorted and threw a punch at Wang Meng's face. "If you dare to say that Yuner is a prostitute again, you can try it." Wang Meng felt the pain and cursed at Lu Lei. "Lu Lei, you cur. Are you crazy? How can you hit me as you wish? What's wrong with me scolding Zhao Yuner? Who is she to you? Why are you so protective of her? Humph, didn't you see that she was unwilling to marry you just now? Are you thinking of marrying her in the future?" Wang Meng's words became more and more unpleasant. He had been punched for nothing, so he had to get it back no matter what. Thus, he raised his fist and punched Lu Lei's face. This punch wasn't light. Lu Lei also felt the pain and tasted some blood in his mouth. Lu Lei was angry and punched Wang Meng's face again. Therefore, the two men started to fight. They were both men who worked hard every day, so they were equally matched in fighting. As a result, both of them were punched in the face and body. Zhao Si and Lu Hu hurriedly stopped the fight. "Why did you two suddenly start to fight? Seriously? We're brothers. You can't do this. All right, stop it. You're going to kill yourselves." Because of their fight, it attracted a lot of attention. However, they were all women and were just here to watch the show. It was not good for them to stop the fight. Two big men fighting, who knows, they might even get hurt. Zhao Si and Lu Hu took a while to pull Lu Lei and Wang Meng apart. Both of their faces were bruised and swollen. They looked a little scary. "Aya, you're from the same village. Tell me, why are you two fighting?" "That's right. He's so ruthless." The surrounding women began to interject and talk. Wang Meng spat a mouthful of saliva on the ground. There was some blood in the saliva. "Lu Lei, are you crazy? Why did you hit him?" Wang Meng scolded again in a bad mood. All right. Wang Meng, stop talking." Zhao Si patted Wang Meng. It wasn't easy to pull them apart. If they continued to quarrel, wouldn't they start fighting again? Lu Lei angrily glared at Wang Meng. His eyes were a little fierce. He often hunted, so his momentum was naturally not something an ordinary person could have. He just couldn't stand Zhao Yun or being scolded by others. No matter what kind of person Zhao Yun was, she was not qualified to be criticized by others. Moreover, they scolded her so harshly. Chapter 315. The onlookers watched the show and dispersed. Lu Lei looked so scary. Who knew if he would do anything to them? "Brother Lu Lei, I'll take my leave too," Zhao Si said and sighed as he left. He didn't feel any pain when he was hit, but now that he was done, he felt the pain. Lu Lei took a deep breath. His face was swollen and painful. He touched his face and found that it was a little red and swollen. When he touched it, he felt blood. Hiss. Lu Lei took a deep breath. "Brother Lu, are you okay?" A voice sounded from behind Lu Lei. Lu Lei looked behind him. It was Xiao Hong. But at this time, Lu Lei didn't want to look at Xiao Hong. "Brother Lu, you're injured," Xiao Hong exclaimed and quickly ran to Lu Lei. She took the handkerchief in her hand and wanted to wipe the blood on Lu Lei's face. Lu Lei instinctively dodged. Xiao Hong sighed and said with heartache, Brother Lu, don't move. Let me take a look at your wound, okay? Lu Lei didn't say anything. Brother Lu, I didn't do anything to you. I just wanted to show my concern for you. I really didn't mean anything else. Lu Lei said coldly, no need. Xiao Hong's eyes flashed with disappointment and sadness. She knew that Lu Lei probably still blamed her for Zhao Yun or framing her. Until now, he still didn't want to talk to her. In the face of Lu Lei's indifference, Xiao Hong still stood in place and looked at Lu Lei. She had no intention of leaving. She was worried that something unexpected would happen to Lu Lei since he was so badly injured. Just as Lu Lei was about to leave, his leg was kicked at some point. This step forward caused him to feel as if his leg was broken. As soon as he took a step forward, he almost fell forward. Xiao Hong quickly supported Lu Lei. Big Brother Lu, are you alright? Xiao Hong asked with concern. Xiao Hong came close to Lu Lei. Lu Lei felt a very fragrant smell enter his nose. It was completely different from the stench of a man's sweat. For some reason, Lu Lei suddenly felt that this smell was very pleasant. I'm fine. Lu Lei said. When he wanted to push Xiao Hong away, Xiao Hong stuck to him again. Big Brother Lu, you can't hide from me like this, right? Look, you're injured. How are you going to go back alone? Let me support you. Xiao Hong looked at Lu Lei with a pitiful expression. There was genuine concern in her eyes. No, thanks. Lu Lei wanted to reject her again, but once Xiao Hong clung onto him, he couldn't shake her off. Lu Lei couldn't even push her away. Xiao Hong continued, Brother Lu, I don't mean anything else. I know you don't want to interact with me, but you can't ignore your own health. You're injured now, so I'll help you back. I won't bother you anymore in the future. There was nothing wrong with Xiao Hong's words, so Lu Lei had no reason to reject her. Because Xiao Hong liked him, he would be very repulsed by her and would not be willing to get close to her. Xiao Hong didn't seem to have any other intentions this time. She just wanted to help him. If he rejected her too much, it would seem that he was too cold and overthinking things. Seeing that Xiao Hong had promised not to pester her in the future, and that there was no one else by the river, she couldn't possibly climb back without Xiao Hong's support. Chapter 316. Xiao Hong heaved a sigh of relief when she saw that Lu Lei did not reject her this time. Her heart was filled with joy. As long as she had the opportunity to be in close contact with Lu Lei, it would be easy to cultivate their relationship. The previous grudges would also be resolved. Then, Brother Lu, let me help you. Xiao Hong said with a smile. There was a touch of blush on her cheeks, with the shyness of a girl. Xiao Hong put one of Lu Lei's hands on her shoulder so that Lu Lei could bear the weight. She supported Lu Lei as he walked forward. This action and posture just happened to be more intimate. Xiao Hong felt that she was surrounded by Lu Lei's aura. Xiao Hong liked the masculine aura on the man. In addition, Lu Lei was the man she liked. Xiao Hong could not help but move closer to Lu Lei. Lu Lei frowned. He did not like Xiao Hong to be so close to him. But he had no choice now. Xiao Hong was supporting him. He could not push her away at this time. The two of them walked slowly. Looking at the blood on Lu Lei's forehead, Xiao Hong took out a handkerchief and wiped it for Lu Lei. This time, although Lu Lei frowned and seemed unwilling, he could not avoid it. On the way back, it was inevitable that they would meet women who were washing things by the river. When they saw Xiao Hong and Lu Lei leaning against each other so intimately, they took a few more glances. Some women directly joked, "Oh, why are the two of you together? Ha ha ha, you really look like a good couple." Lu Lei seems to be enlightened. He is willing to be with Xiao Hong now. Speaking of which, Xiao Hong is really good. She is much better than that Xiao Yun. Hearing the woman's words, Xiao Hong lowered her head shyly. She did not explain why she was with Lu Lei now. Lu Lei naturally didn't want others to misunderstand. If this matter between him and Xiao Hong was passed to Zhao Yun's ears, it was estimated that it would be even more impossible between him and Zhao Yun. Auntie, you misunderstood. It's just that my leg is injured, and Xiao Hong gave me a ride. The woman smiled meaningfully. All right, Lu Lei, you don't have to explain. Why didn't anyone else give you a ride? Why did only Xiao Hong give you a ride? Well, we won't meet anyone else on the way. Then why don't you ask Xiao Hong to call a man over to support you and a lady to send you off? Lu Lei was startled. Now that the woman mentioned it, he realized that it was indeed the case. Why did he have to get Xiao Hong to send him? If they didn't meet anyone along the way, he could just get Xiao Hong to call for help. Lu Lei was a little annoyed, but it was too late for regrets. Xiao Hong had almost helped him all the way to the door. Who knew how many people had seen them along the way? The woman continued, Lu Lei, let's not talk about you. Although it's fine that Xiao Hong helped you back, it's not good for her reputation. As a man, you definitely wouldn't mind. So you have to be responsible for Xiao Hong. The woman's nagging caused Lu Lei's frown to deepen. Seeing Lu Lei's worry, Xiao Hong walked over to the woman. Chapter 317. The woman was speechless at Xiao Hong's cowardice. After all, she couldn't guarantee that no one would send her back if something really happened to her in the future. The woman muttered, you really don't know what's good for you. Aren't I doing you a favor by saying that? Who doesn't know that you're interested in Lu Lei? After the woman left, Xiao Hong turned her head and said to Lu Lei, Brother Lu, don't listen to her nonsense. There was a complicated look in Lu Lei's eyes, and he felt guilty towards Xiao Hong. Lu Lei sighed and said to Xiao Hong, it's my fault for not being considerate and causing you to be criticized. Xiao Hong shook her head. Brother Lu, it's fine. Don't take their words to heart. The two of us are innocent. What's there to be afraid of? It's their thoughts that are too dirty. They're always suspicious of others. Lu Lei had an indescribable feeling in his heart. Looking at Xiao Hong's pretty face, he suddenly felt that Xiao Hong wasn't as annoying as he thought. Thank you, Xiao Hong. Xiao Hong's lips curled into a bright smile. She smiled at Lu Lei and said, It's fine, Brother Lu. You don't have to be so polite with me. Lu Lei also forced a smile. It was only a few hundred meters away from his house, so Lu Lei could only continue to let Xiao Hong send him back. When they arrived at Lu Lei's house, Lu Lei stopped and said to Xiao Hong, I'm home. I'll go in by myself. Brother Lu, what's wrong? Can you go in by yourself? Xiao Hong seemed a little confused. Lu Lei explained, Xiao Hong, it's not good for a girl like you to go into my house. If someone sees you, there will probably be rumors. Firstly, he was thinking for Xiao Hong, and secondly, he was thinking for himself. He didn't want others to misunderstand what had happened between him and Xiao Hong. If she went into the house, who knew what kind of nasty rumors would spread? Brother Lu, I'm sending you back. I'm not doing anything shameful. What are we afraid of? The more we try to avoid it, the more suspicious people will be. Don't you feel like there's no one here with 300 taels of silver? When Xiao Hong said that, Lu Lei felt that it seemed to be the case. Brother Lu, one of your legs is injured. You can't jump into the house with one leg, right? If the other leg was also injured, wouldn't you be unable to move at all and have to lie on the bed? Who will take care of you then? Xiao Hong's words finally moved Lu. Lu Lei nodded. All right then. Xiao Hong, I'll have to trouble you this time. Big brother Lu, I've already said that you don't have to be so courteous. As she spoke, Xiao Hong's a bigs. Lu Lei's house wasn't big. Other than a kitchen, there was a master bedroom and a living room. Xiao Hong as she helped Lu Lei's tea. Then, when Lu Lei was lying down, he pretended to trip and fell on top of Lu Lei. Then, Lu's Lu. Lu Lei didn't have much contact with women, but he was a normal man after all, so he would have a reaction when he touched a woman. Lu Lei felt that his reaction was very shameful and he really shouldn't have done it. Brother Lu. Xiao Hong murmured softly. Her voice was a little soft. It made Lu Lei's heart feel like it was being scratched. Chapter 318. For some reason, Lu Lei suddenly thought of Zhao Yun, and came back to his senses. Xiao Hong, please don't be like this. Lu Lei's tone suddenly became a little cold, and he looked at Xiao Hong with disdain. He couldn't tell if Xiao Hong did it on purpose or by accident. Xiao Hong's face turned red. Her seduction didn't work. As a man, how could he resist a woman's tenderness? Seeing the disdain in Lu Lei's eyes, Xiao Hong understood that this matter had to be done slowly. She couldn't make a fat man in one bite. Lu Lei's attitude towards her was much better today. After Zhao Yun framed her last time, Lu Lei didn't pay much attention to her. Now that he finally paid attention to her, she couldn't mess it up again. Thus, she got up and said innocently, Brother Lu, I accidentally fell down. I'm sorry. Lu Lei realized that his attitude was a little too much, so he said calmly, It's fine. Thank you for today. If there's nothing else, you can go back first. Brother Lu, I'll leave first. Okay. Xiao Hong glanced at Lu Lei reluctantly. When she left Lu Lei's house, she immediately wiped away the pitiful look she had put on. Her eyes were filled with determination. She would definitely obtain Lu Lei's heart. Zhao Yun came back from the river and put the washing on a pole to dry. Looking at the sky, it was almost time to prepare dinner. At this time, old Zhao's family didn't come over, so she didn't know how the discussion went. When Shen Pan went back, she told Zhao Baoshan and Hu Chunhua what Zhao Yun said. Hearing that Zhao Yun said that it actually cost 30 copper coins to give a gift to someone else, Hu Chunhua instantly exploded and scolded, that little bitch, she actually wants money to give a gift to her family. How heartless. Our old Zhao's family raised her in the past and she ate a lot of food. Now she wants to make money from us. If I had known earlier, I would have strangled her when she was young. I wouldn't have wasted all these years of food. Hu Chunhua's scolding made Liang Jinqiao very uncomfortable. After all, Zhao Yun was her daughter. She stood in the house with a pale face, but she didn't dare to say anything to Hu Chunhua. Zhao Wenshi was angry at Zhao Yun. Yun has. As a family, there was no need to talk about money. Li Chuiying listened to his family scolding. He added, Mother, it's all thanks to third sister-in-law's good teaching. How could she give birth to such a shameless girl? Once Li Chuiying brought up the topic, Hu Chunhua vented her anger on Liang Jinqiao. Yes. She did all kinds of shameless things. She brought shame to our old Zhao's family. Now she's here to annoy us. Third brother's wife, hurry up and talk to that little bitch. You must persuade her to send Tianlong and Lao Wu to the town tomorrow. Liang Jinqiao seemed to be in a dilemma. Mother, Yun, You're her mother. How can she not listen to you? You're so useless. Our old Zhao's family is really unlucky to have married you. Hu Chunhua said and poked Liang Jinqiao's forehead with her finger. Chapter 319. Liang Jinqiao was used to being submissive. In addition, Hu Chunhua was her mother-in-law. No matter what, she could not do anything to Hu Chunhua. She could only endure it. Li Chuiying watched from the side and gloated. She continued to agree, "That's right, third sister-in-law. You are Yun'er's mother. If you don't do anything, are you going to let mother be bullied? Third sister-in-law, Tianlong will definitely not be able to walk tomorrow. In the future, he will take the provincial examination and become an official. He will be able to let our old Zhao family live a good life. How can we let him tire himself out? Quickly go and talk to Yun'er." Zhao Wenshi also urged. "It's not that I don't want to go. Yun'er's character is different from before. Even I can't persuade her. Mother, don't make things difficult for Yun'er's mother. Yun'er didn't say that she wouldn't send them. Didn't she send them when we gave her the 30 copper coins?" Zhao Wenhua looked at his wife with some heartache. Hu Chunhua snorted coldly, 30 copper coins. You speak as if 30 copper coins can be casually taken out. Are you going to earn these 30 copper coins? Zhao Wenhua was displeased by Hu Chunhua's words. Mother, if Yun'er doesn't send them, doesn't it cost 30 copper coins to rent an ox cart? Yun'er is now separated from the family. She is an outsider. Helping us is out of kindness. Not helping us is her duty. Third brother, what's wrong with you? You are also speaking up for that little b*tch. After separating from the family, she will no longer be surnamed Zhao. Didn't she eat old Zhao's rice before she separated from the family? Then go talk to her and make her spit out all the food she has eaten for so many years. Zhao Wenhua did not know how to respond to Hu Chunhua's scolding. He was angry, but it was not good for him to vent his anger. He only felt that his mother was too unreasonable. What could he gain from arguing with an unreasonable person? Liang Jinqiao and Zhao Wenhua stood still. They scolded her, but they didn't say anything. They didn't want to say that they were going to Zhao Yun'er's place. Their daughter had already suffered a lot. They really couldn't continue to harm her and bully her. Seeing that Liang Jinqiao and Zhao Wenhua were not going, Zhao Ping ran out excitedly and said to Hu Chunhua eagerly, "Grandma, you're right. Zhao Yun used to eat and drink our food. How can she ask for money when she sends someone away? I'm her sister. I'll talk to her." Hu Chunhua glanced at Zhao Ping'er with appreciation. Among third brother's children, Ping'er is the most sensible one. Before Liang Jinqiao could say anything, he saw Zhao Ping'er run out happily. Auntie Lu came over not long after Zhao Yun'er finished drying the food. This time, she was carrying a basket with some vegetables in it. "Yun'er, I forgot to ask you to bring some vegetables. I brought some for you now." They were freshly plucked. Zhao Yun'er didn't stand on ceremony with Auntie Lu and accepted it. She knew that Auntie Lu was grateful to her for helping their family earn money. Although the vegetables didn't cost much, Auntie Lu expressed her gratitude. If Zhao Yun'er didn't accept it, Auntie Lu would feel upset. Auntie Lu chatted with Zhao Yun'er for a while. "Yun'er, I have something to tell you." Auntie Lu lowered her voice mysteriously. Zhao Yun'er thought that Auntie Lu was talking about a secret, so she asked curiously, "Auntie Lu, what's the matter?" Chapter 320. Zhao Yun'er was stunned. She couldn't believe it. However, she knew that Auntie Lu would not lie. Why did Xiao Hong and Lu Lei get together? Zhao Yun'er's intuition told her that there must be a reason. Speaking of which, if there was really something going on between Lu Lei and Xiao Hong, it had nothing to do with her. After all, she had no feelings for Lu Lei. It was his freedom to choose any woman he wanted to be with. Zhao Yun said nonchalantly, "Auntie Lu, if they're together, so be it. What's wrong with that?" Auntie Lu sighed and said earnestly to Zhao Yun, it's not that Auntie wants to nag at you, but Lu Lei is a good child. Don't keep rejecting him. We all know that Xiao Hong is interested in Lu Lei. If you keep rejecting Lu Lei, he might really get together with Xiao Hong. Then, it will be difficult for you to find someone like Lu Lei. Zhao Yun smiled. So this was what Auntie Lu was worried about. Auntie Lu, I really don't have any feelings for Lu Lei. Although he's good, I only treat him as a good friend and won't think too much about it. If he really gets married, I'll be happy for him no matter who he marries. Hey, Yun you have to think carefully. If you miss this opportunity, there won't be another one. Just don't regret it in the future. Zhao Yun nodded. I understand, Auntie Lu. Oh right, Yun I want to bring my old man to see a doctor in Yang City tomorrow. We have to treat his illness as soon as possible. I'm afraid that it will get worse if we delay it. Can your little donkey pull us along tomorrow? Otherwise, it's really troublesome to follow old man whose ox cart. Zhao Yun could tell that Auntie Lu did not want to trouble her, but there was nothing she could do. Uncle Lu was lying on the bed and could not move. He was seriously ill. If they took the ox cart, they would have to carry him all the way to old man whose house. As a patient, if they sat in the same carriage as others, they would inevitably be despised and complained about. That's why he thought of using Zhao Yun's donkey. At least it wouldn't cause so much trouble. Zhao Yun agreed without hesitation. Okay, Auntie Lu. It's no big deal. The conversation between Zhao Yun and Auntie Lu fell into Zhao Ping's ears. She yelled at Zhao Yun, well, Zhao Yun, you're really amazing. I asked you to send eldest cousin and fifth uncle to the town, but you didn't. Instead, you readily agreed to send someone else. When Zhao Yun heard Zhao Ping's voice, she felt disgusted. She cast a disdainful look at Zhao Ping and replied faintly, what does it have to do with you? What a busybody. Zhao Yun, you little tch. You live off me and betray me. You don't send your own family, but you send someone else. Zhao Ping angrily scolded again. When Zhao Yun heard Zhao Ping call her a little tch, a trace of viciousness flashed in her eyes. As if she knew that Zhao Yun was going to attack her, Zhao Ping quickly stepped back. Zhao Yun sneered. I think you're the one who's living off me and betraying me. What benefits did old Zhao's family give you? Our third branch has been bullied so badly. You help them, but you don't speak up for me, your biological sister. It seems that you like to be bullied and like to be old Zhao's dog. Chapter 321. Since they don't want to have anything to do with me, then why did old Zhao's people come to my house for no reason? Zhao Yun said sarcastically. Thinking about it, it was really funny. On one hand, they despised her, but on the other hand, they wanted to use her to make her help. She was not a fool. Old Zhao's people didn't treat her as a person. Why would she help them work so eagerly? You. Zhao Ping was choked by Zhao Yun's words and didn't know what to say. She angrily glared at Zhao Yun. Anyway, I've brought the message to you. Our grandmother said that if you don't send eldest cousin off, you'll spit out all the food you've eaten from old Zhao's family for so many years. Humph. Zhao Ping left after saying this. When she came, she was aggressive. After being rebuked by Zhao Yun, she immediately became timid. She wanted to run away quickly so that she wouldn't be taught a lesson by Zhao Yun again. Zhao Yun saw Zhao Ping run faster than a rabbit. She was angry and amused at the same time. This woman was timid, but she liked to meddle in other people's affairs. Her words were also unpleasant to hear. She had never seen such a hateful person. In comparison, she liked people like Hu Chunhua and Li Chuiying more. AI. Aunt Lu sighed. Looking at Zhao Yun, she felt a little distressed. Yun didn't have it easy. It wasn't easy for her to live a better life. However, those shameless people from old Zhao's family came to stir things up from time to time. Little girl Yun, why don't you not bring me along tomorrow, so as to avoid being scolded by your grandparents again? Aunt Lu was thinking for Zhao Yun, If it really didn't work, she could just spend some money to rent an ox cart. It's fine. If they want to nag, let them nag. Do you think I'm afraid of them? All right then. If there's anything, just call me. I'll come and help you. Auntie Lu exhorted before leaving. Zhao Yun put the dishes sent by Aunt Lu into the kitchen. Then, he took out a dung bucket from the corner of the wall. Just now, Zhao Ping's words also fell into Mu Lianfeng's ears, but it was inconvenient for him to come out and help Zhao Yun, in the room. Looking at Zhao Yun's calm expression, her mood didn't seem to be affected at all. However, his eyes revealed a trace of ruthlessness. If someone dared to come over and disturb Zhao Yun's state of mind, he could not guarantee that he would be able to hold himself back and not make a move on them. When Mu Lianfeng saw Zhao Yun holding the dung bucket, he asked curiously, Yun, what are you doing? Zhao Yun smiled shyly, I'm going to do something earth-shattering later. Zhao Yun was half joking, but Mu Lianfeng was dumbfounded. He didn't know what Zhao Yun meant by doing something big. Zhao Yun carried the dung bucket and walked towards the latrine pit. Mu Lianfeng wanted to follow and said to Zhao Yun, what big thing do you want to do? Let me help you. The corner of Zhao Yun's mouth twitched slightly. She quickly said to Mu Lianfeng, no need, young Master Mu. Go back to the room and rest. You'll be fine after resting. But... Mu Lianfeng looked at Zhao Yun worriedly. But what? Chapter 322. Zhao Yun comforted him, it's okay, young Master Mu. You're injured, so you should naturally rest well at home. How can I let you work? What if you pull on your wound? Moreover, there's nothing else. I can do it alone. Mu Lianfeng still looked at Zhao Yun with some concern. Yun is there really no need? There's really no need, young Master Mu. Go back to your room and rest. Zhao Yun persuaded him again. Thinking about what she was going to do later, it was indeed a little earth-shattering, but others would definitely feel very disgusted when they saw it. It's okay, Yun. I'm not tired. I can't help you, but I can watch you work from the side, okay? Mu Lianfeng said. The corner of Zhao Yun's mouth twitched. Mu Lianfeng was really a little difficult to get rid of. Mu Lianfeng raised his eyebrows and asked. What's wrong, Miss Yun? Am I a hindrance by your side? It's not a hindrance, but young Master Mu, you might not be able to accept what I'm going to do later. Zhao Yun saw that there was no excuse to send Mu Lianfeng away, so she let Mu Lianfeng be mentally prepared in advance. It's okay, Miss Yun. You can do whatever you want. I'm sure I can accept it. Mu Lianfeng thought about it. He was also a person who had seen a lot of big scenes. What could Zhao Yun do to scare him? Zhao Yun smiled embarrassedly. Then, okay then, she hoped that it was really as Mu Lianfeng said, that he could accept it. Mu Lianfeng retreated to the side and stood quietly as he watched Zhao Yun busy herself. He saw Zhao Yun holding a dung ladle in her hand, scooping out all the feces in the dung pit and putting them into the dung bucket. As Zhao Yun stirred the dung ladle in her hand, a foul smell spread out. Mu Lianfeng almost vomited because of this smell. He glanced at the feces that Xiao Yun scooped up, and it was even more disgusting. Mu Lianfeng covered his mouth, and Xiao Yun caught a glimpse of it. Xiao Yun said weakly, "Young Master Mu, you might not be able to accept it. Look, you're already like this. Why don't you go back to your room and rest? I'll be fine." Mu Lianfeng endured the nausea and waved at Xiao Yun. "It's okay, Yun. I'm fine." Xiao Yun asked again with uncertainty. "Young Master Mu, can you really do it?" "I can do it. Wasn't it just excrement? It came out of their stomachs every day." "Oh, then I'll continue," Xiao Yun said lightly. The dung ladle in her hand began to stir in the latrine pit again, and she continued to get more feces. Xiao Yun waited until the dung bucket was half filled with feces before she stopped. Mu Lingfeng didn't understand. What was Xiao Yun doing with this thing? Was she going to fertilize the vegetables in the vegetable garden like last time? But it didn't seem like it. She had just fertilized the vegetables not long ago, and now she wanted to continue. "Phew, I'm so tired, so smelly, so disgusting." Xiao Yun also looked away. She walked to the side and breathed in the fresh air. Although she was disgusted by doing this now, she would be able to disgust old Zhao's family later. She would let them know that they couldn't get any benefits from her. It would be best if they didn't go against her in the future so that they wouldn't be the only ones at a disadvantage. Chapter 323. Xiao Yun smiled shyly. "This is the earth-shattering thing I wanted to tell you. I can't tell you yet, or else you'll be disgusted again." The more Xiao Yun refused to tell him, the more Mo Lianfeng's heart ached. What kind of earth-shattering thing could she do with feces? He didn't know what Xiao Yun was thinking in her little head. Miss Yun, I can actually accept it. You can tell me, no. Young Master Mu, this is something normal people can't accept. Go back to your room and rest. I'll prepare to do my earth-shattering thing in a while. Xiao Yun thought about it carefully, but she still couldn't tell Mu Lianfeng. Her image in Mu Lianfeng's heart shouldn't be bad now. If she told him, if Mu Lianfeng couldn't accept it, she didn't know what he would think of her. It was better for her to bear such a disgusting and damaging thing and bury it in her heart. Mu Lianfeng sighed. "All right then, Miss Yun. After I recover, if there's anything earth-shattering, you can call me." Okay. Xiao Yun nodded and agreed. But then again, if Mu Lianfeng really recovered, he would have returned to Yang City. Why would he stay by her side to help her? After Mu Lianfeng went back, Xiao Yun took a few deep breaths. Then she carried a load and a bucket of feces and walked in the direction of old Zhao's house. When she arrived at the Zhao residence, old Zhao's family happened to be eating. They ate a little early today because Zhao Tianlong and Zhao Wenxing would be leaving tomorrow. After eating early, the family chatted a little more at the table. Just as they were about to eat, a foul smell suddenly drifted over from the courtyard. Old Zhao's family frowned. What's going on? Why is it so smelly? That's right, how can you eat when you're so smelly? The smell of feces really affected their appetite. Old Zhao's family put down their bowls and chopsticks. When he raised his head and looked outside the courtyard, he saw Xiao Yun's thin and small body carrying a bucket of dung over. Not long after, she saw Xiao Yun carrying a bucket of manure into the courtyard of this house. The stench that he smelled earlier became even stronger. "Xiao Yun, what are you doing? Why did you bring a bucket of shit here?" Xiao Ping'er screamed. Pinching his nose, a look of disgust appeared on his face. Old Zhao's family members also pinched their noses in disgust. She frowned in displeasure and reprimanded Zhao Yuner. You little b****, we are all eating and you brought a bucket of shit over. Who are you trying to disgust? How are we going to eat after what you've done? How can we eat? Do we smell feces the moment we eat? Zhao Yuner, what are you trying to do? Are you here to cause trouble? Zhao Yuner was very calm in the face of old Zhao's family's incessant accusations. She curled her lips and said to old Zhao's family, Sister Pinger came over just now and told me that Grandma wants me to vomit out all the food that I've eaten at old Zhao's house all these years. Unfortunately, I can't vomit out the food. I'll take it out and return it to you. After Zhao Yuner finished speaking, she splashed the feces in the bucket in the direction of Hu Chunhua. Grandma, I've returned what you wanted. If you want more, let me know. I'll send more to you later. Chapter 324. Excrement and urine splattered all over Hu Chunhua's clothes and head. Hu Chunhua immediately became a person covered in excrement, and the stench spread even further. Zhao Xinhui was standing next to Hu Chunhua, so it was inevitable that she was splashed with feces, and some of her clothes exploded. She was wearing the cloud brocade dress sent by young Master Meng today. It was just made, and she originally wanted to wear it for a while to satisfy her desire for beauty. But she didn't expect that Zhao Yun would splash excrement on her. Ah! Zhao Xinhui screamed. Looking at the excrement and urine splattered on her body, hair, and clothes, she felt like killing someone. But Zhao Yun still had excrement in her hands, so she didn't dare to rush over to settle the score with Zhao Yun. Let's not talk about her first. How could she wear this precious dress? Old Zhao's family members covered their noses and almost vomited. They walked away from Hu Chunhua and Zhao Xinhui in disgust, afraid that their excrement and urine would stain them. Hu Chunhua was stunned for a while, and the stench went into her nostrils. She couldn't help but squat down and vomit. After spitting out some white saliva, Hu Chunhua wiped her mouth with her hand. But she didn't know when her hand was stained with excrement. When she wiped her mouth, the excrement smeared on her mouth. A strange taste came out of her mouth. Hu Chunhua was disgusted again, and couldn't help but vomit again. She almost vomited out all the acid in her stomach. Looking at Hu Chunhua's sorry state, Zhao Yun was in a good mood. Damn it, if a tiger didn't show its power, people would think that she was a sick cat. Today, she would let them see how powerful she was. Let's see if they still dared to go to her house and make trouble later. Little bitch, I will strangle you to death today. Hu Chunhua had never been wronged like this before. A pair of eyes shot out sparks and rushed in the direction of Zhao Yun. Zhao Yuner calmly picked up the ladle. When Hu Chunhua rushed over, she used the ladle to block Hu Chunhua's chest. For a moment, Hu Chunhua couldn't move forward. He didn't know why this little b***tch was so strong. Zhao Yuner's lips curled up into a cold smile. Grandma, you're so boring. I brought the things to you, and you said you wanted to strangle me to death. How can you be so unreasonable? What I'm giving you today is the feces I've accumulated for 3 years. If you use it to fertilize vegetables, it can be used for a long time. But I'm a filial child. Since you asked me to return it, I can't not return it. Don't worry, I'll slowly save up the food I've been eating from old Zhao's house for the past 16 years and send it to you every year. Hu Chunhua almost vomited blood because of Zhao Yuner. This little b***tch definitely did it on purpose. If what she ate turned into feces, would it be of any use to her? She even disgusted her. You little b***tch, I'm going to skin you alive today. Hu Chunhua said as she ordered her sons, don't just stand there. Help me catch her. The men from old Zhao's house looked at each other. Although they usually listened to Hu Chunhua's words, today, when they saw the feces in Zhao Yun'er's hands, they were still disgusted for a long time. If they rushed forward and Zhao Yun'er also splashed feces on them, what should they do? If they became a feces person like Hu Chunhua, they didn't dare to imagine. Chapter 325. Zhao Wenshi was also a little scared and shook his head. Mom, Yun'er has feces in her hands. I don't dare to do it. Let's just forget about it. Zhao Wenshi was a little obsessed with cleanliness. When he saw feces, although it didn't splash on him, he still felt very uncomfortable all over. Especially when he saw the little maggots crawling around in the feces. Mom, seeing that her sons were terrified and didn't dare to do it, Wu Chunhua became even angrier. You're all trash. Mom raised you for nothing. Really? None of you dare to do it. You just watched me get bullied by this little b*tch. What sin have I committed to have such a shameless daughter in old Zhao's family? Hu Chunhua cried and screamed, but her sons still didn't have any intention of doing anything. They really couldn't be blamed. The feces in Zhao Yun'er's hands were too intimidating. Ordinary people wouldn't dare to do it. If they were splashed with feces, who knew how smelly it would be? The smell probably wouldn't dissipate for a few days and nights. Old Zhao's family members had different reactions. Some were angry, some were secretly laughing, and some were indifferent. Zhao Tianan and Zhao Tianfu hid in the back and secretly laughed. They usually saw Hu Chunhua bully Zhao Yun'er. The third branch was also more ostracized in old Zhao's family. Now that they saw Zhao Yun'er make a move, they felt very happy. Zhao Tianfu secretly whispered in Zhao Tianan's ear, "Brother Tianan, look at how powerful second sister is. She made our grandma so miserable." Zhao Tianfu's laughter had a hint of schadenfreude. Although Hu Chunhua was his grandmother, he didn't have a good impression of her. Zhao Tianan nodded and looked at Zhao Yun'er with admiration in his eyes. Yes. Second sister is very powerful. No one in the family had the guts to do this kind of thing. Only Zhao Yun'er did it. Zhao Tianan wondered when he would be able to be as courageous as Zhao Yun'er, and then protect the people he wanted to protect. Shen Pan'er never expected that Zhao Yun'er would do something like this. Her eyes darkened. The current Zhao Yun'er in front of her was a completely different person from before. She was thinking about whether it would be better to stand on the Zhao Yun'er side in the future. If Zhao Yun'er was extraordinary, then he had to build a good relationship with Zhao Yun'er. When Zhao Yun'er heard Hu Chunhua's curses, her eyes became colder. It seemed that Hu Chunhua hadn't taught her enough. In that case, she would continue to teach her a lesson so that she would have a deeper impression and not forget the pain after the scar healed. The scoop against Hu Chunhua's chest was lifted. When it was lifted to the top of Hu Chunhua's head, Zhao Yun'er turned the scoop over. The feces and urine inside poured out and flowed onto Hu Chunhua's head. "Grandmother, don't call me a little b*tch. Otherwise, I can't guarantee that I'll feed you some feces." Zhao Yun'er threatened. Sure enough, Hu Chunhua became well-behaved. She felt as if her whole body was immersed in a pit of feces. Fortunately, Zhao Yun'er hadn't fed her yet. Otherwise, her mouth wouldn't be able to eat anymore. Zhao Yun'er curled her lips in satisfaction. Strange people needed strange methods to deal with them. Hu Chunhua was the kind of person who wasn't afraid of being beaten, but now she was well-behaved. "It stinks." Zhao Xinhui saw the feces and urine dripping down Hu Chunhua's hair. She quickly moved to the side, covered her chest, and vomited. Chapter 326. Zhao Yun'er, how could you treat our grandmother like this? You're so heartless. At this time, no one dared to help Hu Chunhua, but Zhao Ping stood up. Actually, she just wanted to perform well. It was even better that no one helped Hu Chunhua. It gave her more opportunities to perform. Hu Chunhua would definitely talk about how good she was later. If she won Hu Chunhua's heart, then her life in old Zhao's family would be much better in the future. Not to mention eating and drinking, the main reason she could eat more was that she could buy some beautiful clothes and jewelry for her. Just like how she treated Zhao Xinhui. In addition, when she got married, as long as Hu Chunhua was happy, she would definitely give her more dowry than the other girls in old Zhao's family. Zhao Ping's behavior made Zhao Yun hate her even more. Was it really good to flatter like this? In order to please Hu Chunhua, she really forgot about her own sister. However, Zhao Yun didn't care. Anyway, she didn't want to treat Zhao Ping as her sister. Mind your own business. Originally, she wanted to give face to Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinqiao and let Zhao Ping go. It seemed that she didn't need to show mercy at all. Zhao Yun took back the scoop and scooped out a scoop of feces to throw at Zhao Ping. Zhao Ping was splashed from head to toe. Zhao Ping originally thought that Zhao Yun wouldn't treat her like this. Who knew that Zhao Yun really didn't care about her family when she went crazy? Zhao Ping's roar could be heard. If you don't want to be worse, then shut up. Otherwise, I can't guarantee that I won't feed you shit if I get angry. Zhao Yun warned. Mother. Zhao Ping looked at Liang Jinqiao pitifully. If she wanted Liang Jinqiao to discipline her, no matter what, Zhao Yun would definitely not splash feces on her mother. Liang Jinqiao turned his head and ignored Zhao Ping. Thinking about what Zhao Ping had done, she was also a little angry. Zhao Yun was Zhao Ping's twin sister, but Zhao Ping didn't care about Zhao Yun at all. Instead, she helped old Zhao's family to bully Zhao Yun. He was even more fawning over Hu Chunhua. Seeing that Liang Jinqiao didn't stop him, Zhao Yun sighed in relief. Her mother wasn't too bad this time. She didn't continue to interfere in this matter. Zhao Yun put her hands on her waist and said, "Today, I'll leave my words here. Now that we've separated from the family, no matter how good or bad my life is in the future, you'd better not provoke me. Otherwise, don't blame me for being rude. Today is just a warning. If you push me too hard, I have more ways to torture you." After Zhao Yun finished speaking, she threw out the remaining feces in the bucket, causing old Zhao's courtyard to be filled with a foul smell. Even if the feces and urine in this courtyard were cleaned, the smell would definitely not dissipate for 30 to 50 days. While old Zhao's family was still in shock, Zhao Yun calmly carried his bucket of feces and walked in the direction of the house. After Zhao Yun walked far away, old Zhao's family erupted in roars again. "Mother, look, Zhao Yun dirted my clothes." Zhao Xinhui stomped her feet angrily. "That little b*tch, I'm so angry. How dare she treat me like this?" Hu Chunhua's eyes reddened. However, after this incident, she was really afraid of Zhao Yun. She couldn't go to settle the score. Didn't she just suffer in silence today? Chapter 327. Of course, these were just words of anger. No matter what, a life for a life. At most, he would find a way to teach Zhao Yun a lesson. That little b*tch is amazing now. Even if you killed her, you probably wouldn't have the ability to do so. Hu Chunhua replied. In her agitation, the feces that flowed down her face flew out. A few drops fell on Zhao Wenshui's face. "Mother." Zhao Wenshui looked at his little sister and Hu Chunhua with some disgust. "What are you doing?" Hu Chunhua replied angrily. "Mother, you and little sister are stinking. Hurry up and wash up." Otherwise, this stench won't go away. It's too disgusting. Xiao Wenshui didn't care much and spoke directly. It would have been better if he hadn't said that. Once he said that, Hu Chunhua became even angrier. She scolded Xiao Wenshui, "You still have the cheek to say that. He just asked you to catch that little b*tch Xiao Yun. Why are you standing still? Now you're disdaining me and saying that I'm stinking. I've really raised you for nothing." As Hu Chunhua spoke, she prepared to slap Xiao Wenshui with her black claws. If it was just a slap, Xiao Wenshui wouldn't have much of an opinion. He was a man, so a few slaps would be fine. But the problem was that Hu Chunhua's hands were stained with feces. If this slap landed on him, wouldn't he be stained with feces like Hu Chunhua? Xiao Wenshui quickly dodged. "Mother, I was wrong. I was wrong. Don't hit me." "Humph, useless thing." Hu Chunhua glared at Xiao Wenshui, still angry. Xiao Wenshui said with a bitter face, "Mother, you can't blame me alone. Big brother and the others didn't do anything either. It's all Xiao Yun's fault. If she didn't bring shit here, we would have caught her." Xiao Wenshui chimed in, "That's right, Mom. We can't possibly be splashed with feces like you, right? This is too disgusting. Mother, you also know that I can't stand the slightest bit of uncleanliness. If this were to happen to me, wouldn't it kill me?" Hu Chunhua looked at her sons in disappointment. They really knew how to find excuses. So what if they had no conscience? "I've raised you for nothing," Hu Chunhua said. Now was not the time to argue with his sons. Now that he was covered in feces and urine, it was extremely disgusting. If he didn't clean himself up, he would be suffocated by the smell. Ping, let's take off our clothes and take a shower later." Zhao Ping, was a little excited when Hu Chunhua called her name. She seemed to have forgotten that she was covered in feces and grinned as she went up to Hu Chunhua. "Grandma, go away, don't come near me." Zhao Xinhui waved at Zhao Ping, in disgust. "Auntie." Zhao Ping, felt wronged. She was covered in feces and smelled just as bad. Now, she was disdaining her. "All right, go and change your clothes. You have to wash your clothes properly." Speaking of washing clothes, Zhao Xinhui vented his anger on Liang Jinqiao. "Mother, Xiao Yun that little b*tch splashed feces on us. We have to take off our clothes and let third sister-in-law wash them." Chapter 328. Therefore, she said to Liang Jinqiao, "Third brother's wife, you can wash our clothes later." Hu Chunhua's tone was firm as she ordered Liang Jinqiao. Liang Jinqiao was no different from ordinary people. He also felt disgusted when he saw feces on the clothes. Zhao Wenhua could tell that Liang Jinqiao was in a difficult position, so she helped Liang Jinqiao and said, "Mother, how can you let Yun's mother wash these clothes? What Yun did has nothing to do with Yun's mother." "What do you mean it has nothing to do with her? She didn't give birth to that little b*tch Xiao Yun, so she has to wash it." "Mother, if I'm Yun's father, doesn't that mean I have to help her wash it? Why would a man like you wash clothes?" But, Zhao Wenhua looked at Liang Jinqiao with heartache. What right did he have to bully Yun's mother like this? If old Zhao's family hadn't provoked them, Xiao Yun wouldn't have brought feces over. At the end of the day, his mother should be blamed for this. She was the one who caused this trouble. Now that she was the one who suffered, she was blaming others. "Grandmother, I think it's better not to let third aunt wash it," Shen Panner stood up and said. Hu Chunhua's attitude toward Shen Panner was quite good. She knew that Shen Panner usually didn't say things casually. Since she said it, she must have her reasons. Therefore, she asked patiently, "Panner, tell me, why can't we let third aunt wash it? Grandmother, think about it. If cousin Yuner finds out that you let her mother wash the clothes, will she come and cause trouble for us again? If she splashes feces all over the yard, we'll be in trouble. When Hui Chunhua heard this, she furrowed her brows. She was worried that what Shen Pan said would happen. Zhao Baoshan chimed in, that's enough. This has nothing to do with third brother's wife. Naturally, it's not up to her to wash the clothes. Zhao Baoshan was the most authoritative figure in old Zhao's family. Even Hui Chunhua couldn't refute his words. Zhao Xinhui pouted. Father, if you don't let third aunt wash these clothes, I won't wash them. They're so disgusting. Obviously, Zhao Xinhui was not concerned that Liang Jinqiao had to wash her clothes, but that someone had to help her wash them. The other women in old Zhao's family were not fools either. Hearing Zhao Xinhui's words, they hurriedly said, Auntie, you can't let us wash the clothes stained with feces. We're disgusted too. Yes, it's so disgusting that I can't even eat, let alone wash it. We can do ordinary chores, but you'd better wash these clothes yourself. Sigh, Auntie, it's hard for ordinary people to touch these things. In the future, I'll help you wash your clothes. This time. When Zhao Xinhui heard this, she looked at her sisters-in-law angrily. All of them were afraid that she would push this matter to them. If they didn't help, wouldn't they be washing her own clothes? Zhao Xinhui found it hard to accept. Unfortunately, if she was wearing ordinary clothes, she would probably have thrown them away. How could she bear to part with these beautiful clothes made of cloud brocade? You should solve your own problems. You should wash your own clothes. Don't think about troubling others. You're a grown-up girl, but you don't do any chores. Everyone in the family dotes on you. This time, your clothes are so dirty. You can't be thinking about others. You find it disgusting, but don't others find it disgusting as well? Zhao Baoshan sounded a little stern. Chapter 329. Hui Chunhua's heart ached as she looked at her daughter. Zhao Xinhui's aggrieved expression made Hui Chunhua very upset. She only had one precious daughter. So what if she spoiled her all the time? So what if she didn't do any chores? There were so many women in the family. Her precious daughter naturally didn't need to interfere. It's fine. Mother will wash you later. I'll make sure you're clean. After Hui Chunhua said this, Zhao Xinhui's bitter expression finally eased a little. She smiled at Hui Chunhua and said, Mother, thank you. You're so good to me. Of course. You're my precious daughter. If I don't treat you well, who else should I treat well? Let's go. Let's go change your clothes. I'm going to die. Old woman, Hui's clothes must be washed by her own hands. Don't help her wash them. She's already so old. If she doesn't do anything when she marries into her husband's family, won't they say that our old Zhao family didn't educate her well? If you continue to spoil her like this, she'll definitely be spoiled rotten. Zhao Baoshan snorted as he spoke and glared sharply at Zhao Xinhui. Father. Zhao Xinhui bit her chin, feeling aggrieved. Old man, what's wrong with me helping Hui wash her clothes? Our Hui is going to marry into a rich family and become a young mistress. She definitely doesn't need to do these chores. How is it that Hui didn't educate her well? Must she do manual chores? Hui Chunhua defended her. You're dreaming, right? It's already good enough for Hui to marry into a family like our old Zhao family. You still want her to marry into a rich family. Don't you know how old she is? Today, she must wash her own clothes. Later, she'll have to learn how to do some chores in the old Zhao family. Zhao Baoshan said and went into the house. It seemed that he didn't want to talk to Hu Chunhua anymore. The daughters-in-law of old Zhao's other branches were somewhat gloating. For so many years, their sister-in-law had been waited on all day and did nothing. It was inevitable that they felt somewhat unhappy. They agreed with what Zhao Baoshan said. At Zhao Xinhui's age, her looks were a little better, but if she wanted to marry into a rich family, she wouldn't be able to. Only Hu Chunhua treated Zhao Xinhui as a treasure and thought that Zhao Xinhui was destined to be a young mistress. "Mother, what should we do?" Zhao Xinhui asked angrily. You know your father's temper as well. You have to do as he says so that he won't get angry." "Mother, all right. Let's go and wash it. Draw a few more buckets of water. We won't be able to wash it clean all of a sudden. Eldest brother, second brother, go and fetch the water." Hu Chunhua called out. Zhao Wenshui declined. "Mother, we haven't eaten yet. I'm tired from working all day. I don't have the energy to fetch water. Mother, you know that my body isn't very good. You and younger sister will probably use a lot of water. I don't think I can move it." Zhao Wenshui hurriedly found an excuse when he heard Zhao Wenshui's words. Hu Chunhua was about to throw a tantrum when Zhao Wenhua said, "Mother, I'll go then." Zhao Wenhua went into the kitchen, took the buckets of water, and walked towards the river. "Eldest brother, second brother, look at how lazy you are. You guys don't do anything. Sometimes, you should learn from third brother." This time, Hu Chunhua said something to the third branch, which was rare for her. After all, Zhao Wenhua was her biological son. It was normal for her to be biased. Sometimes, she felt that Zhao Wenhua was more filial and would inevitably be touched. Chapter 330. Li Chuiying said. Seeing her man being scolded by Hu Chunhua, she couldn't help but feel a little uncomfortable. Don't talk about should or shouldn't. Anyway, eldest brother and second brother are sometimes heartless. After Hu Chunhua finished speaking, she went into the house. She prepared to take a good bath. The smell was really unbearable. "Mother, I'd better go to the river to wash." "This can't be washed clean in the bathtub," Zhao Xinhui said. No matter how many times she washed the bathtub, there would probably be some residue. Of course, she couldn't wash it too many times. After all, it wasn't easy to carry water back. How can you wash by the river? If this is seen by others, your reputation won't be good." Hu Chunhua frowned and reminded him. After all, Zhao Xinhui was still a virgin and unmarried girl. Even if she was married and someone saw her bathing, she would be laughed at. "Mother, it's okay. I'll be careful and not let anyone see. I'll wash upstream. There aren't many people there. Won't you catch a cold?" "What if you catch a cold?" Hu Chunhua still looked a little worried. However, Zhao Xinhui said firmly, "Mother, it's fine if I catch a cold. It's better than being smelly to death, right?" "All right then. Be careful. Don't let anyone see you." "Got it, Mother." Zhao Xinhui ran into the house and took a set of clean clothes. She put it in a bag and brought it with her. She would wash up by the river later and change into clean clothes directly. After Zhao Xinhui left and Hu Chunhua went into the house, the stench in old Zhao's yard faded a little. However, the smell of feces on the ground still wafted out from time to time. Looking at the feces in the yard, old Zhao's family members didn't want to clean it up. They felt disgusted. They didn't even have the appetite to eat dinner. They didn't know if Zhao Yun splashed feces into the yard when she splashed the water. Anyway, it was safer not to eat. However, if they didn't eat, they would starve. Shen Pan carried Zhao Yangyang into the house. She really couldn't stand the stench and disgusting scene outside. Zhao Yangyang looked at Shen Pan pitifully. Mother, I'm hungry. It's fine. Mother has food. Bring some snacks for Yangyang. Shen Pan said as she pulled out some pastries from the cabinet. These were all good things, and they were not available in the countryside. If her aunt saw it, she would probably snatch it and eat it, so she hid it and didn't show it. Now that Zhao Yangyang was hungry, she made some food for Zhao Yangyang. Her parents had asked Zhao Tianlong to bring the pastries back. From time to time, her parents would give her some good pastries. If he really relied on old Zhao's family, he didn't know what kind of hard life he would have to endure these years. Zhao Yangyang ate the pastries happily. Zhao Tianlong said, Pan, you haven't eaten dinner yet. Eat some pastries to fill your stomach. Otherwise, I'll be hungry. Shen Pan shook her head. It's fine. Leave it for Yangyang. Why don't you eat something so that you won't go hungry tonight? Zhao Tianlong walked over to Shen Pan and pulled her into his embrace with heartache. Pan, you're the best. You've suffered by following me. When I pass the exams, I'll definitely treat you well. It's fine. It's not bitter. Shen Pan snuggled into Zhao Tianlong's embrace. I believe that you'll be successful, so I don't feel bitter. Zhao Tianlong was exceptionally moved. He hugged the person in his embrace even tighter. Come, eat some snacks. Shen Pan pulled Zhao Tianlong. Chapter 331. Shen Pan blushed and leaned against Zhao Tianlong's chest. She whispered, Hubby, when did you learn to be so indecent? I'm only decent when I'm outside. Why should I be decent when I'm with my wife? Zhao Tianlong whispered into Shen Pan's ear. His warm breath landed on Shen Pan's neck and tickled her. Her body also reacted. Hubby, let's wait until Yangyang is asleep. We have to be quiet. Yes, I know. He was a man after all. Thinking that he would be away for a long time this time, Zhao Tianlong was prepared to do it all night. Shen Pan suddenly thought of something and said to Zhao Tianlong, Hubby, when you go to town tomorrow, let Yun's donkey send you. It's only 30 copper coins. We'll pay for it ourselves. Grandmother probably won't pay for it. If there's a conflict now, I'm afraid you'll be the one who gets tired. Zhao Tianlong nodded. Okay, then we'll pay for it ourselves. Yes, yes. Hubby, I feel that Yun is a little different now. You have to build a good relationship with her. Don't get too close, but don't offend her either. What Zhao Yun had done today, Zhao Tianlong had also seen it and agreed. Okay, I know. Zhao Yun carried the dung bucket and returned home. Although she wasn't splashed with dung, there was still a faint stench. After handling dung for so long, it was normal for her body to be stained with the stench. No, she had to take a shower and change her clothes. When Zhao Yun returned, Mu Lianfeng welcomed her. He smiled at Zhao Yun and said, Miss Yun, are you done with your big matter? When Mu Lianfeng said that, Zhao Yun felt a little guilty. If Mu Lianfeng knew what she did, who knew what Mu Lianfeng would think? I'm done. What's wrong? Zhao Yun asked. Nothing, I was just asking. I saw that you were gone for quite a while. Mu Lianfeng took a few more steps forward. Zhao Yun hurriedly stepped back, afraid that Mu Lianfeng would smell the smell on her body. When Mu Lianfeng saw that Zhao Yun was deliberately avoiding him, he was slightly stunned, and a trace of sadness appeared in his eyes. Did Zhao Yun hate him? So she wanted to keep a distance from him. Miss Yun'er, why are you hiding from me? Mu Lianfeng thought for a while, but still managed to sniff her out. He felt uncomfortable keeping this matter bottled up in his heart. As a man, he should be more direct. No. I'm not hiding from you. Zhao Yun'er quickly explained. Did he make Mu Lianfeng misunderstand him again? But why is Miss Yun'er keeping such a distance from me? Zhao Yun'er frowned. Sure enough, this guy was thinking too much. In order to make Mu Lianfeng not think too much, Zhao Yun'er still told him the matter. At most, it would be a little embarrassing. It was fine. Young Master Mu. I got feces just now, so I'm afraid that there will be a smell on my body. If you get close to me, won't you be smelly? After Zhao Yun'er finished speaking, the corners of Mu Lianfeng's mouth curled up. His originally depressed mood finally improved a lot. However, looking at Zhao Yun'er's serious expression when she explained to him, Mu Lianfeng felt that the Zhao Yun'er in front of him was unusually cute. So he took a step forward and arrived in front of Zhao Yun'er. Zhao Yun'er was so scared that she took a few steps back. Unfortunately, she was already in the corner and couldn't move at all. Chapter 332. Zhao Yun'er's head was under Mu Lianfeng's chin. There was a huge difference in height between the two of them. Zhao Yun'er was surrounded by Mu Lianfeng's scent. Her mind went blank for a moment before she reacted. Was Mu Lianfeng crazy? What was he trying to do? They were so close to each other. Could it be that he wanted to do something to her? Countless thoughts popped up in Zhao Yun'er's mind. She tightened her clothes a little nervously. On second thought, if Mu Lianfeng really wanted to do something to her, it didn't seem like she would be at a disadvantage. Mu Gongzi, what are you trying to do? Don't be rash. Let's talk things over. Mu Lianfeng was amused by Zhao Yun'er. Was she imagining things? Mu Lianfeng was afraid that he would scare Zhao Yun'er, so he gently explained, Yun'er, I want you to know that I won't despise you. If there's a smell on your body, then so be it. Don't be so far away from me. Zhao Yun'er raised her head and looked at the man who was as tall as a mountain in front of her. She felt a little complicated. She didn't understand what Mu Lianfeng meant. What did it mean for Mu Lianfeng to treat her like this? Was she really thinking too much? Was it really okay to be so ambiguous? While Zhao Yun'er was in a daze, Mu Lianfeng's hand uncontrollably moved towards Zhao Yun'er's face. He gently touched Zhao Yun'er's face. It was soft and very comfortable. Mu Lianfeng's sudden action also stunned Zhao Yun'er. The strange thing was that she didn't dodge. Instead, she allowed Mu Lianfeng to touch her face. Instead, she enjoyed Mu Lianfeng's gentleness. The atmosphere between the two of them suddenly became much more ambiguous. Zhao Yun'er screamed in her heart that she was crazy. Yun'er. Mu Lianfeng murmured softly. Mu Lianfeng lowered his head to look at Zhao Yun'er's face and Zhao Yun'er's lips. He swallowed his saliva and had the urge to kiss Zhao Yun'er. He knew that he couldn't do that. His remaining wits were controlling him. He was truly possessed. Why did he have such a strange feeling? Mu Lianfeng's breath blew on Zhao Yun'er's face, making Zhao Yun'er a little itchy. His heart couldn't help but thump. Zhao Yun'er was pressed against the wall by Mu Lianfeng, and she couldn't get away. Mu Lianfeng's affectionate eyes made Zhao Yun'er somewhat unable to control herself. Was it really okay to flirt with her like this? With such a handsome face, wasn't he afraid that she would turn into a hungry wolf? After all, she had been single for 2 lifetimes. She also wanted to be in a relationship and have a man. If she met someone she liked, she was really willing to consider it. Daddy, Mommy, what are you doing? Dowdy came in from outside and asked curiously when he saw the two of them in such a position. Zhao Yun'er coughed awkwardly and reminded Mu Lianfeng. Mu Lianfeng very indifferently pushed a few steps forward and said to Dowdy, "It's nothing. There was a mosquito circling around your mommy's head just now. Daddy helped to kill it." Dowdy believed him and nodded heavily. "How about this?" "Thank you, Daddy. Mosquitoes are too annoying. They used to bite Dowdy's arm a few times." "Yes, so we can't let your mommy get bitten." When Zhao Yun'er heard Mu Lianfeng's words, she secretly shook her head. Sure enough, these words could only fool a 3-year-old. Who would believe a normal person? "I'm going to take a shower first. You guys can go outside for a while. I'll be quick. If I don't take a shower, I'll probably feel uncomfortable. I'll cook for you guys after I'm done, so dinner might be a little late tonight. You guys won't be hungry, right?" "Mommy, it's okay. Dowdy isn't hungry." Chapter 333. "Miss Yun'er, why don't you go and wash up first? I'm not very hungry. I ate a lot for lunch." Zhao Yun'er nodded. Since both of them said so, it was good. Zhao Yun'er hurried out of the house. She still felt very embarrassed when she thought about it. She couldn't help but think about how Mu Lianfeng treated her. On the other hand, Zhao Xinhui hurriedly ran to the river. She was afraid that she would meet someone on the way and acted like a thief. She couldn't be blamed for being too careful. She couldn't be careless at all. If someone saw her covered in feces and urine, they would laugh at her to death. Finally, they reached the riverside. Zhao Xinhui went upstream. The river here was slightly shallower. It only reached her thighs. The river water flowed down from the mountain. Zhao Xinhui looked around. After confirming that there was no one around, she put the clean clothes she prepared in the grass and slowly went into the river. As the river water washed away a lot of feces on her body, there were a few white and tender maggots floating on the river surface. Zhao Xinhui felt disgusted for a while. She hurriedly washed the feces and urine on her clothes. When she was almost done, she went ashore and took off her clothes. She still had to wash up properly. If she didn't take off her clothes, she wouldn't be able to wash clean. Although she was naked, at least there was no one around. No one could see her when she sank into the river. When she came, she brought some soap. It was enough to wash her clothes and wipe her body. Zhao Xinhui was afraid that even if she washed up, the smell on her body wouldn't go away immediately. The soap had a refreshing fragrance. At least it could neutralize the smell, so it wouldn't be so smelly. So dirty, so smelly. Zhao Xinhui complained in her heart as she washed up. That little b*tch Zhao Yun'er treated her like this. She definitely wouldn't let her have a good life. Zhao Xinhui didn't know that when she was washing in the river, she had been watched by a pair of eyes in the grass. After she washed her body from head to toe, she couldn't stand the coldness of the water anymore and went ashore. But when he got ashore, he was surprised to find that his clothes were gone. Not only were the clean clothes gone, but the brocade clothes were also gone. She wanted to rub it with the soap. He looked around but didn't find anything. Zhao Xinhui was a little nervous. Wasn't it obvious that someone had stolen his clothes? What should he do now? Now that she didn't even have a single piece of clothing, wouldn't she be trapped here and unable to go back? She didn't know when old Zhao's family would find out that she hadn't returned. She also didn't know how long it would take to find her. The main thing was that she couldn't stay here forever. If someone came, wouldn't she be seen naked? Where are the clothes? Where are my clothes? Who took my clothes? Zhao Xinhui muttered. She was so anxious that she almost cried. Mother of asterisk her, who's so wicked? If I find out who it is, I'll definitely peel off their skin and feed their flesh to the dogs. As soon as Xiao Xinhui finished speaking, she heard a rustling sound from the grass. After a while, a person suddenly came out, startling Xiao Xinhui. Xiao Xinhui hurriedly ran into the river again. She could only stay in the river so that she wouldn't be seen. The person who came was Lu San. Lu San smiled vulgarly and said to Xiao Xinhui, "Little girl, why are you hiding? I've seen you all over just now." Chapter 334. She also knew Lu San. After all, they were from the same village. Xiao Xinhui also knew some rumors about Lu San. How could her body be seen by such a disgusting person? Lu San smiled wretchedly again. "Little girl, don't be afraid. I won't hurt you. Come here, I'll take good care of you." Xiao Xinhui saw Lu San's eyes staring straight at her, and she felt disgusted. If he was handsome, it would be fine, but she couldn't stand such an ugly man. "Hurry up and give me back my clothes," Xiao Xinhui ordered angrily. "That won't do, little girl. We haven't had enough fun yet. How can I give you back your clothes so quickly? What do you want?" Xiao Xinhui was angry and anxious. If this was seen by others, not to mention whether there would be any misunderstandings between her and Lu San, if word got out that she was seen by another man, she didn't know what would happen in the future. "Little girl, I don't want to do anything. Come up, and I'll give you the clothes." Lu San coaxed her with a smile and waved the clothes in his hand. Xiao Xinhui bit her lower lip and glared at Lu San angrily. "Just put down my clothes and get out of here." "Tisk, tsk, tsk. Little girl, you have a hot temper. I like it. But if you don't come up, I won't give you the clothes." "Little girl, it's cold in the water. It's uncomfortable. Hurry up and come up." Lu San thought that he had Xiao Xinhui's clothes in his hands, so he felt that he had something on Xiao Xinhui. He wasn't afraid that Xiao Xinhui wouldn't obey him obediently. Xiao Xinhui wasn't a fool. If she went up, what could a person like Lu San do to her? But if she didn't go up, Lu San wouldn't give her clothes. She couldn't stay in the water like this. "Lu San, don't go overboard. Otherwise, I'll tell Li Jing about this and see if he will punish you," Xiao Xinhui threatened. Lu San pretended to be scared. Okay, little girl, forget it. I'll return the clothes to you. I'll leave them here. You can wear them yourself." Lu San put down his clothes and went into the grass. After a while, there was no movement. Zhao Yuner stayed for 2 or 3 minutes. After confirming that there was no sound, she went ashore and quickly put on her clothes. But as soon as she put it on, Lu San rushed out and pounced on Zhao Xinhui, pressing Zhao Xinhui under his body. Hee, little girl, now I've caught you." Lu San laughed wretchedly. Zhao Xinhui exclaimed. How could he have known that this was a trap? After exclaiming, Zhao Xinhui quickly lowered her voice. Her voice was too loud and attracted other people. If they were seen, it would be over. "Get away from me. Little girl, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. I'll be gentle." As Lu San spoke, he started to get touchy with Zhao Xinhui. Looking at Zhao Xinhui's handsome face and white and tender body, Lu San felt a wave of heat on his body. He couldn't wait to take off his pants. Playing with such a woman would probably be very pleasurable, right? Zhao Xinhui's eyes were filled with fear. She knew a little about this kind of thing. If Lu San played with her, wouldn't her chastity be ruined? "Big brother, please, let me go. Don't touch me, okay?" Chapter 335. As he spoke, Lu San couldn't wait to bend down and touch her with his hands. Zhao Xinhui was a girl, so she couldn't struggle at all. She could only let Lu San touch her. The place where Lu San touched trembled. It was an indescribable feeling. This was the first time Lu San had touched such a beautiful woman like Zhao Xinhui, so he was in high spirits. Just as he was about to rush forward, he suddenly heard the voices of a few women not far away. Although he couldn't hear what the women were saying, the footsteps were getting closer and closer. They were walking in their direction. Lu San wasn't afraid of anything. If he was seen by others, he would have a witness to bully Zhao Xinhui, and he wouldn't be able to bear the consequences. Lu San hurriedly let go of Zhao Xinhui, who was on the ground, and slipped into the grass with his pants. Zhao Xinhui heaved a sigh of relief, but it was too late to put on her clothes. People were coming, and she didn't know if there were any men. She quickly went into the river again, and only her head was exposed. In less than a minute, a few women walked over and saw Zhao Xinhui in the water. I knew there must be someone upstream. Look, this old Zhao's daughter is actually bathing in the river. Oh, she's really so shameless. An unmarried girl bathing in the river. Isn't she afraid of being seen? Isn't that so? She doesn't know shame anyway. She probably thinks it doesn't matter if someone sees her. Sigh, if it was my daughter, wouldn't I be angered to death? The chatter of these women fell into Zhao Xinhui's ears. Zhao Xinhui couldn't bear to hear these women talk about her like that. Her temper immediately flared up. What does it have to do with you where I'm bathing? You're so nosy. Zhao Xinhui, you lass, you're still acting so self-righteous. We can't control you if you're bathing here. Only your parents can discipline you for such a shameful and shameless thing. But Zhao Xinhui, you're in the wrong if you dirty the water downstream while you're bathing. We still have to wash the vegetables and clothes. You just dropped a lot of feces and maggots. Did you fall into a cesspool? Upon hearing the woman's question, Zhao Xinhui immediately felt guilty. She didn't expect that the dirty thing she washed off her body would also flow downstream with the water. And these people actually came looking for him. She had been splashed with feces, so she had pretty much fallen into a cesspool. What nonsense are you talking about? What do you mean by I fell into a cesspool? What do you mean by I dirted the water? Don't casually accuse others, okay? Zhao Xinhui quibbled. You're the only one upstream. Who else could it be? Zhao Xinhui, if you fell into a cesspit, then you fell into a cesspit. You're too embarrassed to admit it. Look, there's still some feces on her clothes. Now you have nothing to say, right? How wicked. She even dirted the water. How can someone do such a thing? Sigh, isn't it embarrassing to say it out loud? This is the first time I've seen such a weirdo. No wonder she can't get married even though she's already so old. Who would dare to want such a woman? These women were merciless when they criticized her. They belittled Zhao Xinhui to the point that she was useless. Zhao Xinhui was so angry that she was going crazy. This was too much. However, her mouth was no match for these women's mouths. Chapter 336. This was the first time she had seen someone fall into a *T pit. It wasn't easy for her to find something to laugh about. Naturally, she couldn't stop laughing when she encountered it. Forget it, forget it. Zhao Xinhui, we won't argue with you. Take your time to wash up. It's best if you wash up properly. Don't keep the smell of feces on your body. That's right. Rub it hard. No man wants a girl if she stinks. Ha ha ha. After having enough fun, these people slowly dispersed. Zhao Xinhui had never been humiliated by such people. Even if she had fallen into a *T pit, she wouldn't have been so angry. After those people left, Zhao Xinhui hurriedly went ashore and put on her clothes. Youngest aunt, youngest aunt. Zhao Xinhui heard Zhao Ping calling her. Zhao Ping went to Zhao Xinhui and heaved a sigh of relief. Youngest aunt, Grandma asked me to come over and take a look. You've been washing for so long. Why haven't you gone back yet? I also came over to wash my clothes. Zhao Ping said with a hint of flattery in her tone. You're done washing up so quickly. Zhao Xinhui glanced at Zhao Ping. Wasn't this too fast? Zhao Ping smiled and took a step forward. Yes, youngest aunt, I've washed a few times. Zhao Xinhui took a few steps back in disgust and said fiercely to Zhao Ping, go away, go away. Don't come near me. You've only washed a few times. How is it clean? You're so dirty. Don't touch me with your dirty hands. Zhao Ping pursed her lips. So be it if she didn't want to come near her. Did she really think that she wanted to get close to her? She despised her for being dirty, but she had also been splashed with feces. It was really the pot calling the kettle black. She didn't know how Zhao Xinhui felt. Youngest aunt, are you done washing your clothes? You should go back quickly, or Grandma will be worried. Zhao Yuner said. Zhao Xinhui stuffed the wet clothes into Zhao Ping's hands and said to Zhao Ping, here. Help me wash them. I'm going back. It's so cold. Zhao Xinhui's tone didn't allow Zhao Ping to refuse. But auntie, our master said to let you wash it yourself. Zhao Ping pouted, her face filled with reluctance. What right did she have to bully her? Zhao Xinhui didn't want to wash it, but she didn't want to either. It was so dirty that it would probably be disgusting to wash it. If we don't say anything, who will know? Why do you have so much nonsense to say? Zhao Xinhui glared at Zhao Ping. Zhao Ping didn't dare to offend Zhao Xinhui, so she could only purse her lips and nod. Okay then, youngest aunt, I'll wash it. There's still soap on the ground. Wash it clean for me. My clothes are expensive. Don't ruin them. After Zhao Xinhui said that, she swaggered away. Lu San, who was guarding in the bushes, felt that it was a pity that Zhao Xinhui left. However, he couldn't do anything to the two girls just now. Fortunately, Zhao Xinhui was gone, but Zhao Ping was still there. Lu San could only see Zhao Ping's back. Seeing that Zhao Ping's figure was quite good, he licked his lips. He couldn't miss this opportunity again. Thus, he carefully crawled out of the bushes and walked towards Zhao Ping. He approached Zhao Ping gently and hugged her from behind. Zhao Ping was shocked. Who are you? Little girl, don't be afraid. I won't hurt you. I just want to do something comfortable with you. Lu San laughed vulgarly. However, she suddenly smelled a stench. Chapter 337. This stench seemed to be coming from Zhao Ping's body. The closer he got, the stronger the stench became. Lu San felt nauseous. Why was this woman so smelly? Lu San's original desire dissipated a lot. But he especially wanted to play with this woman. She was a little smelly, but at least she was a human. Compared to his own wife, Lu San was more willing to play with Zhao Ping. Zhao Ping was hugged by the man, and she immediately understood what Lu San meant by comfortable. Let go of me. You want to take advantage of me? No way. Zhao Ping turned around and spat on Lu San's face. This saliva just happened to spray on Lu San's face. This saliva made Lu San very disgusted. Compared to the stench on her body, it was a little smelly. Lu San felt strange. Why was a woman smelly everywhere? Not only was her body smelly, but her mouth was also smelly. In this way, how could he make a move on her? What made Lu San lose interest was when he saw Zhao Ping's face. The eye-catching birthmark on her face startled Lu San, who looked like a ghost. Lu San took a few steps back and patted his chest, as if he was still in shock. After seeing Zhao Ping's face, Lu San could only admire any man who could make a move on her. You stinky woman, who wants to make a move on you? You're really unlucky. You're smelly and ugly. As Lu San spoke, he patted his clothes dispiritedly, nodded, and left. It was all those women's fault. He didn't get Zhao Xinhui because of them. He wouldn't want Zhao Ping, even if she offered herself to him. After Lu San left, although no one took advantage of her, Zhao Ping felt even worse than being taken advantage of. He sniffed his own body, wanting to know if it was really that smelly. If he smelled it carefully, he could indeed smell it. But she had already washed it a few times. She couldn't possibly wash it again, right? Moreover, boiling hot water was a waste of firewood. Her grandmother wouldn't let her wash too much. As for her face, what could she do? Was she to be blamed for being ugly? Lu San's words, "Who wants to mess with her?" were still lingering in her mind. Was there really no man who wanted her in this lifetime? She really couldn't get married. Zhao Ping fell into an unprecedented melancholy and began to doubt herself. The next morning, Xiao Yun drove her little donkey to Aunt Lu's house. Early in the morning, the donkey looked as if it hadn't woken up yet. It looked reluctant, and Xiao Yun couldn't pull it away even when she pulled on the rope. Although he wasn't big, his strength wasn't weak. "Xiao Mao, what's wrong? Why are you throwing a tantrum?" Xiao Yun patted Xiao Mao's head. However, Furry dodged somewhat arrogantly. "Hey, you're really throwing a tantrum. Do you not want to help me get people?" Xiao Mao blinked as if it was nodding. This little bee asterisk starred. Xiao Yun deeply suspected that she had bought a donkey spirit back. It probably wouldn't work if she forced Xiao Mao to leave. This little donkey had a temper. Xiao Yun could only coax it. "Xiao Mao, do you know? When I was at my most difficult time, it was Aunt Lu's family who helped me. Now that Uncle Lu is sick and has to go to Yang City, you have to help me get people to see a doctor. Be good, I'll make braised pork for you when you come back." Xiao Mao considered for a moment and didn't make a fuss. It cooperated with Xiao Yun and walked towards Aunt Lu's house. Chapter 338. Fortunately, the donkey agreed. Otherwise, they would not be able to send Aunt Lu to Yang City today. When they reached Aunt Lu's house, Lu Shan carried Uncle Lu out. Xiao Yun cushioned the cart with some straw. This way, it would be softer and Uncle Lu would not feel uncomfortable lying on it. "Shua, your little donkey seems a little small. Can it fit the three of us? There's also a bullfrog that weighs dozens of catties." Being questioned by Aunt Lu, Little Mao barked a few times at Aunt Lu. "Yun, her girl, what's wrong with your little donkey?" Aunt Lu was stunned. She had never seen a donkey like this. Xiao Yun seemed to understand why Little Mao barked at Aunt Lu. Little Mao was probably angry because Aunt Lu doubted its ability. Thus, she patted Little Mao's head and smiled at Aunt Lu. "Aunt Lu, don't underestimate my Little Mao because it's small. It's very strong. When the time comes, it can run very fast even if it pulls the three of us." Xiao Yun was just bragging about Xiao Mao to satisfy Xiao Mao's vanity. When little Mao pulled them, if it was not like Xiao Yun bragging, it would be embarrassing itself. Of course, it was also good to dampen little Mao's spirit and make it control its temper. How about this? It doesn't look very big, but it's actually so powerful. Yun then your money was well spent. I think so too, Xiao Yun replied. This donkey spirit was indeed not something that could be bought with 1 or 2 taels of silver. Mother, if you can't do it alone, let Yun bring a letter back. We'll go then. Lu Shan reminded before leaving. Aunt Lu nodded. I know. Don't worry. I'll take good care of your father. The little donkey ran, which was beyond Xiao Yun's expectations. It really ran quite fast. It ran faster than when it pulled Xiao Yun along. Soon, Xiao Yun and Auntie Lu arrived at Yang City. Xiao Mao, there are many people in the city. Slow down. Don't run into people. Xiao Yun said to Xiao Mao. They had already seen its ability, so there was no need for it to show off in front of her and Aunt Lu. The streets of Yang City were not like the countryside. People came and went. If some people did not move out of the way in time, they would probably be hit. Although Xiao Mao's speed and lethality were not as good as a horse carriage, if it hit someone, it would still be troublesome. She didn't have that much money to pay for his medical bills. However, Xiao Mao completely ignored Xiao Yun's words and continued to rush forward with an arrogant look. Xiao Yun was a little tired and speechless. Damn it, she bought a little donkey, but it was still disobedient and had to be coaxed. How was she going to coax Xiao Mao to stop now? Xiao Yun's eyes turned, and she patted Xiao Mao's butt. Xiao Mao, I know you're strong, but seeing you run such a long distance makes my heart ache. If you tire yourself out, I'll cry to death. Anyway, we're not in a hurry. Slow down. Aunt Lu finally came here. Why don't you let her see the bustling streets? Xiao Mao slowed down a little, as if it had heard Xiao Yun's words. Xiao Yun sighed in relief. As expected, Xiao Mao had to be like this. However, before Xiao Yun could relax for a minute, a horse carriage came running from the side. Move, move. The person driving the carriage shouted. Chapter 339. After taking a look, it turned its head away arrogantly and could not be bothered with the carriage that was running over. Xiao Yun was instantly anxious. Was little Mao tired of living? Didn't it see the carriage rushing over? It was such a big carriage. If it was hit, wouldn't it send their donkey cart flying? Uncle Lu's illness might not have caused him to lose his life, but in the end, this time, he was hit to death. Just thinking about it made Xiao Yun feel a little vexed. Little Mao, you can't be too willful at this time. Quickly move aside. Little Mao, don't be willful, okay? My life is in your hands now. Little Mao, okay, I beg you. Can you move aside? I'll make some red braised pork for you to eat later. Furry still had an unhappy look on its face. Xiao Yun was a little anxious. This little beast was too disobedient. It was even harder to discipline than a naughty child. It was not moved by force or persuasion. Seeing that the carriage was getting closer and closer, Xiao Yun could not abandon the carriage and jump down. Moreover, Uncle Lu was still in the carriage. She could not jump down together with Uncle Lu. This little Mao. She must discipline it later. It would cause trouble for her at the crucial moment. As the carriage got closer and closer, the coachman on the carriage was already shouting. The donkey in front, quickly move aside. You're running so slowly and blocking the middle of the road. Are you tired of living? If you know what's good for you, quickly move aside. Don't block the path of my young mistress. After hearing the coachman shouting, Xiao Yun frowned and felt a little unhappy. Even if she was blocking the path, this path was for everyone to take. What right did he have to have such an attitude? Couldn't he speak properly? Little Mouse seemed to have understood what the coachman behind it said and rushed forward even faster. The carriage that was slowly approaching was actually left far behind by Xiao Mao. Xiao Yun was also a little confused by this sudden situation. Was she hallucinating? Why did Little Mao's short legs seem to be flying? This speed was even faster than a horse carriage. Xiao Yun could roughly guess that because of the coachman's words, Xiao Mao's self-esteem was hurt. Therefore, he ran even faster than the horse carriage to save some face. Xiao Yun was really afraid that Little Mao would be exhausted. It was completely beyond common sense. Yun, girl, why is your little donkey flying? Auntie Lu was also surprised. Xiao Yun spread her hands and said, I don't know, maybe Xiao Mao is more powerful. Xiao Yun couldn't explain it for a while. I think Furry has become a spirit. Only a donkey spirit can fly like this. It was really possible. After all, everything about Xiao Mao was beyond common sense. A beast that could understand human language. The donkey that only ate grass actually liked to eat meat. At this moment, he even ran past a horse. The coachman behind was also stunned by Little Mao. He rubbed his eyes in disbelief. This donkey can run faster than a horse. And such a small one. God, the world was starting to become a little chaotic. What's wrong? A woman's voice came from the carriage and asked the coachman. Me. Young mistress, there's a little donkey running in front of us. Then overtake it. Don't block my way. Chapter 340. The person in the carriage was silent for a few seconds. Then, she lifted the curtains and looked ahead. What she saw shocked her. How could this be? However, when she caught a glimpse of the familiar figure on the donkey cart, the woman's eyebrows knitted together. She muttered, It's her. Murong Shuang ordered the coachman, hurry up and overtake them. Isn't it embarrassing to be left behind by a little donkey? The coachman was a little embarrassed. He quickly waved his whip and rushed forward. This time, they really had to fight. A horse could not outrun a donkey. They would definitely be laughed at when they returned. Xiao Yun, who was sitting on the donkey cart, shouted at the top of her lungs, Everyone, make way. Sorry, make way. Don't bump into you. I'm really sorry. My Xiao Mao has gone crazy. Xiao Mao was a little dissatisfied with Xiao Yun's comment. What did she mean by going crazy? She was clearly trying to save face, okay? It had to let the other horses know how powerful it was and not to underestimate it. The carriage behind them sped up, but it still kept a distance from Xiao Mao. Xiao Yun was a little anxious. They couldn't keep running. Xiao Mao, stop at the intersection in front. We've arrived at our destination. Don't let me pass you. Xiao Mao had been showing off for a while and showed the carriage that they couldn't outrun it. When it heard Xiao Yun's words, it really stopped at the intersection in front. Xiao Yun thought that the carriage would pass by if she made way. However, she didn't expect the carriage to suddenly stop as well. Xiao Yun looked at the carriage vigilantly. Could it be that the person inside was angry from embarrassment and wanted to cause trouble for her? With worry in her heart, Xiao Yun saw a woman coming down from the carriage. It was Murong Shuang. This world was really small. This woman couldn't stand her. She was most likely here to cause trouble. As expected, Murong Shuang walked in front of Xiao Yun. She raised her head and said to Zhao Yun, how dare you block my carriage? Do you want to die? Zhao Yun felt that Murong Shuang was just looking for trouble, so she replied with some displeasure, Miss, I'll have to trouble you to speak clearly. If you want to cause trouble, just say it. Don't use this excuse. What do you mean I'm blocking your way? Is this road yours? Is your carriage faster than my Xiao Mao's? If that's not the case, why do you say I'm blocking your way? Zhao Yun's words were reasonable, and Murong Shuang naturally had no reason to refute. However, she was looking for trouble with Zhao Yun. She said with a temper, I am a noble lady. You are just a country woman. Naturally, you can't run in front of me. If I ask you to give way, you have to give way. Zhao Yun sneered, aren't you being too unreasonable? Can't people from the countryside walk on this road? Then the government will set up a checkpoint. Those who aren't as noble as you, miss, shouldn't come here. Zhao Yun and Murong Shuang's argument attracted a lot of onlookers. Xiao Mao's performance just now was too attractive. So when Xiao Mao stopped, the people on the road came over curiously. Hearing the conversation between Zhao Yun and Murong Shuang, they were dissatisfied with Murong Shuang. That's right. This girl is right. The road is built by the government. Everyone can walk on it. Now, she's using her status to oppress others. Where does this logic come from? Isn't she just relying on her status as a miss? Does she think that everyone can give in to her? Chapter 341. Sigh, this girl is so pitiful. Looks like she's going to be bullied. What else can she do? She can only admit that she's unlucky. Murong Shuang heard the people around her talking about her and looked at Zhao Yun angrily. She didn't expect this woman to be so good at fanning the flames. With her words, the onlookers were all on her side. Instead, she was called overbearing and unreasonable. Murong Shuang sized up Zhao Yun in front of her. She really underestimated her. Don't think that you can be so arrogant in front of me just because you know my cousin. Murong Shuang still had the attitude of a rich lady and reprimanded Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun only found it funny. Miss, you're the arrogant one. When have I ever been arrogant? Am I not trying to reason with you? That's right. You're the one who's arrogant and unreasonable. Why are you talking about her? So what if you're a rich lady? Can't we, the common people, even walk on the road? Do we have to give way when we see you? Reprimands came from all directions. Murong Shuang felt that she had become the target of public criticism for a moment. Naturally, she put the blame on Zhao Yun. If it weren't for Zhao Yun, this situation wouldn't have happened. She raised her hand and wanted to slap Zhao Yun. Her hand was stopped in midair. Zhao Yun felt that Murong Shuang was too much of a bully. She must be sick in the head. Did she really think that she was a persimmon that could be bullied? Miss, let's talk nicely. Why do you have to resort to violence? There are so many people watching. Don't act like a shrew on the street and ruin your image. Zhao Yun held Murong Shuang's hand as she spoke. She tightened her grip on her arm. She couldn't be bullied for no reason. She had to teach Murong Shuang a lesson. Zhao Yun held Murong Shuang's arm. No one could tell what was going on, but it was enough to make Murong Shuang feel pain. Ah, bitch, it hurts. Let go of me. How dare you treat me like this? Do you want to die? Murong Shuang warned. You must be joking. I was just defending myself. If I didn't stop you, wouldn't I have been beaten up by you for nothing? I can let you go, but you have to promise not to attack again. Zhao Yun'er's eyes flashed with a shrewd light. Murong Shuang was the one who was going to suffer. B*TCH. Murong Shuang said through gritted teeth. She raised her other hand and was about to slap Zhao Yun'er. Zhao Yun'er felt that her temper was not bad, but at this moment, she could not stand Murong Shuang. What the F*CK, are you trying to hit me? Did he think that she was easy to bully? If she didn't teach her a lesson, she wouldn't know how powerful she was. The onlookers were originally worried that Zhao Yun'er would be slapped, but they did not expect that when the sound of a slap rang out, it was Murong Shuang who was slapped instead. Zhao Yun'er also raised her hand and slapped Murong Shuang's face. Her action was swift, and it happened in the blink of an eye. However, the sound was very loud. Slap. The onlookers heard it clearly. A red palm print suddenly appeared on Murong Shuang's fair and tender face. Murong Shuang was stunned by Zhao Yun'er's sudden action. It was only when she felt the burning pain on her face that she realized that she had been slapped by Zhao Yun'er. You're tuning in to the LoveLore Library YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.